much he loves playing at Madison Square Garden.
That's the thing I like. He's never pretended otherwise. From day one, he said how important this building is and what a privilege it is to play there. And as you well know, growing up here and having a chance to play and coach in this building for so long, it's so special. And I love each time he's come in reading his quotes, and he's very, very much aware of the history of this building. I know he wanted to play a lot better than he did in Cleveland the other night. I can assure you.
They are brought to you by National University. Ready to take the first step towards a better future? Visit nu.edu today. And the Lakers at 29-18. We mentioned they are 6th in the West. They will start with the backcourt of Luka Doncic, the league's leading scorer, 33.7 points a game, number 2 assist man in the NBA at just under 9 assists per game. Marcus Smart is in that backcourt. Up front, Jake LaRavia. LeBron James, who has the number 2 scoring average all-time for a visiting player, minimum 20 games. Only Michael Jordan has more. James on that front line, and a 22nd straight All-Star appearance announced just within the hour. And at the center position, DeAndre Ayton coming off a 28-point double-double. For the Knicks, backcourt of Jalen Brunson and Mikal Bridges, who will be playing in his 605th consecutive game tonight. OG Anunoby and Josh Hart on the front line. Anunoby has at least 20 points in 3 of the last 4 games. And Karl Anthony Towns, PJ, 42 rebounds the last 2 games, and he was announced a 6th-time All-Star earlier tonight.
The numbers he's putting up are staggering, Castian, but you can pretty much go down the list. There's players between him and Jalen Brunson and Luka and LeBron on the other side. It would take us 5 minutes just to talk of what these guys have done already this year. The other thing that I love, you've got the Knicks, the number 4 home record in the entire NBA, against the Lakers, the number 4 road record in the entire NBA. So many layers to this matchup.
And about an hour ago, we were down on the floor and we were watching Austin Reeves warm up. And when we had the Lakers last Saturday night in Dallas, J.J. Redick was telling us he's close. Off record, not giving anything away. He told a number of media people that they were hoping and shooting for that game against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Did not happen, and Austin Reeves still not able to go. Last played on Christmas Day with the calf injury, has missed 19 straight. He looked good at least, but obviously just not ready to pull the plug.
Making all these shots. And they got one more, this 8-game Grammy trip that they're on. This is Game 7. They've got one more. They get to stay in New York a couple more days. The good news for them, it's been every other day. They haven't had to play back-to-back. But there's no question Austin Reeves, it's imminent. He's going to be back. And I'll tell you what, Austin Reeves, JJ, the first words out of his mouth was, he's an all-star. And he's right. All-star. He was playing that well.
And did not make the cut in the 7 Western Conference reserves. I'm sure being out since Christmas certainly affected that. But there will be some players added at some point, and we'll see if maybe Austin Reeves eventually gets the call to Los Angeles. All-Star Weekend just 2 weeks from today in Los Angeles. We'll have it all here on ESPN Radio Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in a couple of weeks. The Lakers wearing the purple uniforms, Lakers in white across the chest. Knicks wearing the white uniforms here at home, orange numerals, and they have blue down the sideline with the orange. And it'll be Karl Anthony Towns and DeAndre Ayton getting set to jump center. Zach Zarba, our lead official. Ball is skyward. The Knicks win an awkward tip, and they'll bring it up from right to left as we watch it here at Madison Square Garden. It'll be Mikal Bridges, the Iron Man, sending it to Jalen Brunson up high quickly to Karl Anthony Towns. Left foot on the three-point line, guarded out there by DeAndre Ayton. 6 to shoot, bounces it once, drops it for Brunson, who taps it over to Bridges. His three-pointer from the right is a miss, and LeBron has an early rebound. Great feed to Luka Doncic down floor for the game's first basket.
The Lakers had 3 or 4 of those, albeit in a losing effort against Cleveland. They are looking to throw those 50-foot passes from the backcourt to somebody leaking out.
OG Anunoby hits a triple from the left after Mikal Bridges was able to get into the defense in the lane, and it is 3-2 with the Knicks, the early lead. LeBron in the front court, feeds Doncic at the top, has a big Ayton screen, takes a 3 behind it, missed it wide right. Bangs off the backboard, Knicks coming the other way. Josh Hart leading the attack at the top. Right side pass to Brunson. James covering Brunson, who goes to the deep corner and hits a 3 as he falls into the Knicks bench.
Mike Brown's over there trying to help him up. Jalen hustling back, but it's still a 5-on-4.
Smart no-look lob at the rim, and DeAndre Ayton throws it down with authority. He's looked different the last couple of games.
Yeah, he's playing well. The Knicks want to run more than the Lakers do, but the Lakers love that early pass to beat you down the floor.
Knicks third in three-point percentage in the league, have two early. Here's Bridges for three and comes up short from the corner on a fader. And Doncic has it as it just barely hit the twine. Doncic front court, got a screen from Ayton, drifts to his right. Now a lob, no look. Ayton makes the catch right at the 10 and puts it in.
They seem to be targeting DeAndre Ayton right away, and somebody is not happy with the way this has started, for sure.
That would be Mike Brown, the head coach of the Knicks, who has seen his Knick team hold opponents under 100 points for the last 5 games, but an early 6-6 lead, and the Lakers getting it all at the rim. 10-11 to go here in the first quarter. Back to the Garden in a moment. You're listening to the NBA on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indeed.
I'm Serena Williams, and I'm healthier on Row. I've lost 34 pounds in a year with GLP-1s, diet, and exercise. On Row, you can access GLP-1 options, including the first FDA-approved GLP-1 pill for weight loss. Go to row.co/Williams to see if you qualify. 14 to 20% average weight loss in 1 year in non-diabetics with obesity or overweight with a weight-related medical condition versus 2.2% to 3.1% in placebo arm. RX only. To stay informed about serious side effects, go to row.co/safety.
Running a business? You know that slow phone systems and missed messages cost you opportunities. Quo, formerly OpenPhone, is the #1 business phone system that streamlines communication, helps teams collaborate seamlessly, and respond to customers 24/7 with their AI agent. Join over 90,000 businesses using Quo. Try it free, then get 20% off your first 6 months at quo.com/ESPN, QUO.com/ESPN. They'll even port your existing numbers for free. Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers.
Access to education changes lives. That's why National University provides flexible online and hybrid programs from associate to doctorate degrees. Since 1971, NU was built to serve non-traditional working and military learners nationwide. NU understands the demands of work, family, and service. Each year, more than 130,000 learners trust National University to move forward. Visit nu.edu to learn more.
Well, the holidays have come and gone once again, but if you've forgotten to get that special someone in your life a gift, well, Mint Mobile is extending their holiday offer of half off unlimited wireless. So here's the idea. You get it now, you call it an early present for next year. What do you have to lose? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/save.
Limited time 50% off regular price for new customers. Upfront payment required. $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds may slow after 50 gigabytes per month when network is busy. See terms.
Just like in sports, businesses succeed when you have the right free agent. With Robert Half's specialized recruiter's experience, combined with their award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Learn more at roberthalf.com/talent.
Jim Basketball from Mark Granger's studio. So much focus on Giannis and the trade deadline earlier today. The Bucks dropped to 18-29, blown out by the Celtics 107-79. Jaylen Brown had 30 for the winners. At the break, the Heat all over the Bulls in the second of back-to-backs for those two teams, 62-40, while the Pistons are up 23 on the Nets. That's also at the half. We're square at 6 with just over 10 to go in the opening quarter. Back to Madison Square Garden with PJ Carlissimo and Mark Kestisher.
All right, Jim, thanks a lot. Yeah, all those baskets for the Lakers a little too close to the rim for Mike Brown's liking going into timeout.
No question. We talked about the long pass from LeBron to Luka, so that was a layup. And then a lob to DeAndre Ayton. It was an alley-oop. And the second one, he caught it, came down and went back up. I'm going to say the total distance was maybe a yard or 3 feet 9 inches, 3-team. Mike Brown really upset. Yeah, the score was 6-6, but he didn't like how easily the Laker points were coming.
And you can't let Ayton have 20-point double-doubles because the Lakers are 10-0 when that happens, including their 30-point win over the Wizards, 30-plus point win over the Wizards on Friday. Knicks out of the timeout, attack the basket to our left. Bridges way beyond the arc, passes right side to Anunoby. He's going to drive on Ayton, hops back free throw line, ducks under, and extends to the rim for the layup.
DeAndre Ayton is looking at the official, Jason Goble, going, is that legal what he just did? Just stepped all around him.
8-6, Knicks with the lead. Doncic holding front court, finds James, has the screen, takes the three, and connects.
I say the same thing about both of those guys, Luka and LBJ. If they're making threes on top of the rest of their game, you're in trouble.
9-8 Los Angeles. OG trying to answer with a three, and Anunoby can't, and Karl Anthony Towns under the rim knocks it out of bounds. It'll be Laker basketball. LeBron James, that triple-double I mentioned, his last, that was here at the Garden exactly a year ago this weekend. 33 points, 11 rebounds, and 12 assists.
Yeah, but he was only, 40 or 40?
That's right. He was only 40. Here's James fading away. Mid-ranger misses. Offensive rebound, Ayton. He'll send it outside near half court to Luka. Shot clock at 8. Luka holding, gets a screen from Ayton, dribbles three-point line, free throw line, fades from the elbow, and the short jumper just falls off the rim, secured by Jalen Brunson. Knicks come the other way. Down by 1. Brunson going to pull from 3. Circles the rim, falls off, no good. Goes off the shoulder, it appeared, of Hart, but controlled by the Lakers. Now LeBron looking to back down. Brunson double comes with Cat over. They find Smart up top, dribbles in, sends it out. LaRavia airballs a 3, but into the hands of Ayton. Outside to James, hesitates on a 3, fires to LaRavia, who secured it late. Now finds the cutting James, who scores on the lay-in.
LeBron is not going to be happy at all. The combination of offensive rebounds and kind of lackluster defensive effort so far by the Knicks.
5 points for James, a 3-point lead for the Lakers, 8-10 and counting first quarter. Karl Anthony Towns, 3-point line, and our first whistle of the game, Jake LaRavia trying to defend him on the perimeter, gets called for the push, foul number 1.
We'll have time hopefully later, Kesty, at one point. It just seems neither of these teams are jumping up and down, bubbling excited about how Karl Anthony Towns is playing or how DeAndre Ayton is playing. You look at their numbers, I'm scratching my head going, man, what do you want them to do? These guys are lighting up the stat sheet every night.
Karl Anthony Towns, an all-star and averaging 20 points and nearly 12 rebounds a game. Towns has it, fakes the 3, ducks into the chest of Ayton, and the short jumper is good. An aggressive move by Cat.
An unusual move for Karl Anthony Towns because he was standing up when the move was over. He's usually lying on the baseline.
Knicks down 1, 11-10. Doncic probing, free throw line, now drives hard at his pass out to the corner. Jake LaRavia dribbles up the arc on the right side, finds Doncic, baseline drive cut off by Karl Anthony Towns and fouled. Doncic got a shot up, arcing, missed the rim, and Luka Doncic will shoot a pair with 7:38 to go in the first.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell from our vantage point. We're a little bit high here at Madison Square Garden whether that was a pass by Luka when he went to the rim or the shot got, or it was a shot that got blocked out. I couldn't tell what it was, but it ended up well for Los Angeles, and it was actually some aggressive defense for a change from New York.
I had the same thought from this vantage point, too, as Doncic nets the first free throw home. Luka, the league's leading scorer, 33.7 points per game. He led the league in scoring 2 years ago at 33.9. Second in assists, and he's also top 10 in steals.
He's also number one in free throw attempts. He averages 11.3 free throw attempts a game, so he gets to the line.
Luka hits both free throws. He's got 4. Lakers have a 3-point lead. 13-10, 7.5 to go first quarter. Brunson using the cat screen. Passes to Hart in the deep right corner. Finds the cutting Bridges. Elbow jumper. Missed it off the glass. Towns with the rebound. Puts it up. Oh, it popped out. Lakers going to get the rebound. DeAndre Ayton.
Cat, one of the better offensive rebounders in the league, but couldn't finish.
LeBron James drifting with a dribble to his right. Now cuts inside. Passes it out on a bounce. LaRavia sends it over to Doncic. Left angle three is a miss. LaRavia over the back. Bats it to Karl Anthony Towns, but the foul called on LaRavia. That'll be number 2.
Lakers start out 1 for 4 from downtown. Luka, who J.J. Redick told us has been on fire from 3, is 0 for 2 out of the shoot. Meantime, the Knicks open up 2 for 6. There's been some bad misses.
Yes.
There's been some shots off the side of the rim, underneath, almost hit the foam on the bottom of the backboard.
Knicks down 3 in possession. Under 7 minutes to go first quarter. Karl Anthony Towns palming the ball, right hand on the perimeter. He'll put it on the deck on the dribble, draws 2 defenders, finds the cutting Bridges right to the basket, finger rolls it in.
Luka did a good job helping out on Karl Anthony Towns, but nobody rotated behind him.
Bridges' first basket in 4 attempts. Knicks down 1. Marcus Smart, the longtime former Celtic, back to the basket on the perimeter. Gets a screen from Doncic. Now tried to feed Doncic, knocked away by Bridges. Bridges has it against Smart, front court, sends it back to Brunson. One dribble in the lane. Outside Anunoby. Good look at a three, and he buries it to give the Knicks the lead.
The Nova Knicks, they decided to incorporate OG Anunoby into the mix.
15-13, Knicks with the lead. 6:07 to play. Opening quarter, Madison Square Garden. Marcus Smart on the perimeter into the corner. James, a one-legged three, hits the iron and bounces out to the corner to Jalen Brunson.
So Dirk Nowitzki shot right there.
A little one-legger. Brunson, power dribble out on the left side, up to the three-point line. He's thinking about using a Karl-Anthony Towns screen. Instead, bounces at the Cat free throw line. Being defended aggressively by Smart. Got the foul, got the shot off, no good. Karl-Anthony Towns will earn a pair of free throws.
Right off the bat, Marcus Smart wants a challenge. I think it's probably a little early for a challenge. Got a line change, Kesty.
Yes,
Get ready.
Oh, boy, we got 3 Knicks and 3 Lakers.
6 new faces coming on
Dave
board.
Vincent, Jackson Hayes looking to check in, and Rui Hachimura for the Lakers. Hayes going to be in the slam dunk contest in a couple of weeks in Los Angeles. Landry Shamet, Mitchell Robinson, and Mo Diawara getting set to check in for the Knicks between free throws. First one from Cat is good. 5:42 to go, first quarter. So 3 Knicks, 3 new Knicks, 3 new Lakers out of the floor.
Jackson Hayes, a former neighbor of our producer in Austin, Texas.
I believe he did spend some time. I don't know if he lived right next door, but he was in the neighborhood.
Well, no, you couldn't. John's ranch is so big. Nobody really could be next door.
Second free throw. The quiet din here at the Garden is a free throw miss by Karl-Anthony Towns. He split him. 16-13, Knicks the lead. 5.5 to go in our first quarter. Doncic driving against Hart. Now pulls up, missed it from 10. Rebound, Josh Hart.
1 for 5 to start.
Hart taking it right down the middle of the floor. Finds Shamet in the right corner, dribbles along the baseline and sends it out to Diawara and back to Jalen Brunson. Brunson against Doncic. Look for contact, no whistle. Now Euros, 10-footer, falls off the rim, and a loose ball foul is going to be a foul against Karl-Anthony Towns. Did not have position on that rebound attempt. That's 2 on Karl-Anthony Towns.
Yeah, I was surprised, Kesty, when I was looking at the minutes played. Despite the fact, doesn't matter whether it's Tom Thibodeau or Mike Brown, the whole bunch of Knicks in minutes played. But the reason the Cat's not higher than it is he's in foul trouble all the time.
That's 2 on Cat. Lakers have it with Doncic and LaRavia. Hachimura, Hayes, and Vincent. Here's Luka for 3. Good from the left angle. Luka Doncic pure on that one. 16-16 game. Knicks with it. 4:50 and counting first quarter. Hart, Brunson, Shamet, Diawara, and Robinson. LaRavia takes it away from Brunson. Headlong dive in the forecourt to keep it from going out of bounds, and the Lakers have the possession. Doncic standing near the Knick logo at half court. Got a screen from Hayes. Driving Doncic into the corner. LaRavia, his 3 off the mark. Rebounded by Hart, who took it away from Luka. Hart front court to our left. Has he moved? Now takes it. Blocked by Hayes as Hart looked to lay it in. Lakers the other way. 2-on-1. Luka lifts for Rui Hachimura on the alley-oop slam.
LA's looking to get out and run, Cassie. That's normally not their M.O. Their pace is one of the slow, I think 29th in the league in pace.
A little uptick here tonight so far at MSG. 2-point Laker lead coming up on 4 minutes to go. First quarter. Knicks working around the horn. Shamet off balance 12-footer. No good. Late whistle comes in and a Laker foul called on Jackson Hayes at 3:59 to go here in this first quarter. That is the first foul on Hayes. Team foul number 4 here in this first quarter against Los Angeles. Couple of Knicks starters getting set to check back in during these free throws. Anunoby and Bridges waiting at the scorer's table. And Jared Vanderbilt waiting for the Lakers to come in.
Jared Vanderbilt's been doing a nice job. He's really active on the glass also for the Lakers. Jake LaRavia made a good hustle play coming up with that ball in that previous possession. I was ready to refer to him as Jake for weight when he had that three-point shot from the corner, but it didn't go. He's been playing well for the Lakers.
Good pickup. Played his first 2 years, 2+ years with Memphis, finished up with the Sacramento Kings. LaRavia signed a 2-year deal with the Lakers in the offseason. Shamet missed on the first free throw attempt. Second one is good. Knicks down one. 18-17 Los Angeles. 3:58. Clock moving first quarter. First of two this year between these two teams. Doncic will step back three on its way. Good. He's starting to feel it. That's two in a row for Doncic from deep.
He missed his first two, and I thought he was cold. He hasn't hit the rim on the last two. They went right through.
Luka's got 10 already, and a foul inside as Brunson. Got to get a little hesitation move in the mid-post, and he got Jackson Hayes to reach in. That is number 2 on Hayes with 3:38 to play here in this first quarter.
Jalen Brunson's footwork and his pump fakes underneath are incredible. Jackson Hayes thought he had another block shot. No chance against Jalen Brunson. Got to look at those bright orange sneakers that JB's wearing and try and pay attention to him, because he is literally, he's like Fred Astaire in the lane. He's ridiculous with his footwork.
Would that be circus peanut orange as Brunson hits the first of two? John Medani, our producer, thumbs up. He agrees with that call.
Oh, I was going to go creamsicle.
Neon,
you're right.
Creamsicle.
Creamsicle maybe.
Coming into this game, Jalen Brunson, the number 8 scorer in the NBA, the Knicks leader, 27.6 points per game. Went over 10,000 career points on Friday in their last game as Brunson hits a pair, and the Knicks cut the lead to 2, cut the deficit to 2.
And he and Karl Anthony Towns both spend a lot of time on the free throw line themselves.
21-19, Doncic swings a no-look inside to Hayes, deep, double covered, missed the shot.
Got to dunk that, Jackson.
Knicks come the other way. Mikal Bridges cuts to the top, passes to the left corner. Anunoby, baseline drive around Hayes to the corner, opposite side Brunson. He'll drive in, back over to Anunoby. Wide open look, off the rim, no good. Hayes tipped it up, and Doncic has the rebound.
Lakers dodged a bullet there. They were never matched up, and OG got a wide open shot.
Knicks 3 for 8 from 3. Doncic feeds on the alley-oop, but too far. Hayes has it, sends it in the corner to Vincent, who missed the 3. Knicks coming the other way with pace. Here's Brunson. Nice little hesitation move, layup, too strong. Off the window. 5-on-4 opportunity, Lakers. Hachimura, deep right corner. Vincent on the drive, and Gabe hits the layup as the Lakers go up 4.
Too easy. Jared Vanderbilt did a good job defending Jalen Brunson in that transition play last possession.
Here's Brunson going to try it again against Hayes, able to lift it off the glass and in that time. And a timeout called by J.J. Redick. His Laker lead is down to 2.
He's going back and forth. Pretty entertaining game.
Good one from the Garden early on a frigid Sunday night in the city. 2:31 to go first quarter. Lakers 23 and the Knicks 21. This is the NBA on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indeed.
When it's time to scale your business, it's time for Shopify. Get everything you need to grow the way you want. Like, all the way. Stack more sales with the best converting checkout on the planet. Track your cha-chings from every channel, right in one spot. And turn real-time reporting into big-time opportunities. Take your business to a whole new level. Switch to Shopify. Start your free trial today.
I like things my way. My coffee, my schedule, and my treatment. So I talked to my doctor about self-injecting with the Vyvgart Hytrulo prefilled syringe, which contains Efgartigimod alpha and hyaluronidase QVFC. It's injected under your skin, subcutaneously. It means I can inject in my space, on my time. It's my treatment, my way. Visit VyvgartMyWay.com. That's VYVGART myway.com. And talk to your doctor about Vyvgart Hytrulo. Brought to you by Argenix.
No days off when you love what you're doing. Sundays are the best day of the week because you're just one day away from First Take, returning Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN.
May I gather your attention, please?
The NFL Pro Bowl games are back. The league's biggest stars of the year show off on a brand new stage in San Francisco, celebrating the season with an AFC-NFC showdown, flag football style. One game, all the sellies. The 2026 Pro Bowl games, powered by Verizon. Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. Also streaming on the ESPN app.
You're
listening to the NBA on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
2:31 to go first quarter. Madison Square Garden. Tough, expensive ticket to get tonight with LeBron James and the Lakers in town. Lakers with a 23-21 lead over the Knicks. If you're just joining us, LeBron James did get a Western Conference Reserve All-Star spot, 22nd consecutive year. Karl Anthony Towns will be an All-Star for the 6th time. So with Jalen Brunson and Luka Doncic, both the Lakers and Knicks will have 2 representatives for the All-Star game 2 weeks from now, Sunday in Los Angeles.
All deserving. We cannot have an All-Star game without LeBron. I'll tell you what, in the old days, Cass, prior to internet and all you can do on phones nowadays, scalpers would be freezing tonight. If they were standing outside trying to sell tickets tonight, it would be very uncomfortable. But fortunately, that's passé. We don't do that anymore.
No, it's all done in the warmth of digital. 15 degrees and a wind chill a little below that at this hour in New York City. Lakers out of the timeout, 2-point lead. LeBron James back on the floor, sends a pass to Hachimura, who buries a triple from the top. 26-21 L.A.
Beautiful execution out of the timeout. Pinned down on the weak side for the former Zag, Rui Hachimura,
who is hitting threes at 44% this year. 2 minutes to go first quarter. Brunson against Rui. 2 steps through the lane. Pass to Bridges. 3 from the right. Rolls out. Offensive rebound, Landry Shamet. Tees up Brunson, who sends it cross court to OG. Anunoby from the right corner. Drives against Ayton. Puts it up. Got the whistle. Shot no good. OG will earn a pair of free throws as Ayton picks up his first foul.
OG Anunoby, to me, just looks that, now he's healthy. He's not missing games anymore. He missed 10 already this year. He's really settled in. OG Anunoby is a heck of a basketball player.
He is an outstanding corner three-point shooter, really good defender. I don't know, PJ, if he's reached his defensive heights that he had in Toronto before he came over, but is so good from sideline to sideline defensively as OG hits the first of 2 free throws.
No, I hear you. He's a little under 1 block a game, only at 0.7, but he's 1.8 steals, and he can guard. He can guard on the perimeter.
And he's got like those mint blue or green.
Yeah,
everybody's got the fluorescent.
He should be playing for Charlotte Hornets with those shoes.
And he made both free throws. Knicks back within 3. Hey, the Hornets playing really well.
Boy, they are playing well.
6 straight wins. Lakers with it around the horn. Vanderbilt right corner off on the 3. Rebound, though, ends up in the hands of Ayton. An offensive board and a stick back.
Right place at the right time. There have been some of the threes that have missed tonight look like you and I shooting out in the backyard, Cass.
Like if the Rangers were playing here as LeBron sends a pass out of bounds, knocking it out defensively with the hand. Like when you dump and chase into from the neutral zone. You end up something good with it eventually. But the three-point percentages are way off tonight. Both teams under 36%.
Taking care of the ball, though. Both teams only 1 turnover apiece.
Knicks down 5, largest lead by either team tonight, Lakers. Here's Brunson for 3, missed it. Offensive rebound, that's Mitchell Robinson, his first of the night. His pass interior knocked away by James. LeBron front court to Rui on the right. Defense got down, he peels off, and now he's going to back down Shamet. Double comes, feeds in the middle, 8, and he's covered. Pass outside Hachimura, 12 to shoot. Tip of the circle jumper, good as he hits the deck.
Yeah, he's just too big. Landry Shamet was guarding him on a switch, and Rui kind of towers over Landry Shamet.
Hachimura, 7 points, 3 for 3 off the Laker bench. They're up 7 now, biggest lead. Final minute, first quarter. Pass to the wing, driving Anunoby. Got in the air, got the whistle as he got an attempt. And we'll head to the line. Rui Hachimura trying to defend the gliding OG Anunoby.
DeAndre Ayton's walking over to the Laker bench. I think he's saying to the guys in the back row, hey, they charged into me. I went vertical. He did not. I'm watching the replay. He brought his hands down. Looked like he was trying to spike a volleyball. Can't agree with you there, DeAndre.
Ayton, Hayes, Laravia, all with 2 fouls in this first quarter as OG Anunoby at the free throw line.
LA's only taken 2 free throws, but they made both of them. Meantime, New York, this will be their 10th free throw, Kesty, but they're only 6 for 9 to start.
First one a miss by OG. Eyes the rim. Long hesitation. Now hits on the second. 30-24. Knicks down 6.
It's the opposite of the way you would expect, too. Free throws are normally something that LA lives by, and New York gets very, very few of them.
LeBron James with it on top. 30 seconds to go in the quarter. James now penetrates the arc. Passes out left side. Vanderbilt 8 to shoot. Reloads. James back to the basket on Anunoby. Backing him down toward the mid-post left. Lobs it for Ayton. Makes the catch. Got fouled and guides it through the cylinder. And a chance for three for the big man, DeAndre Ayton.
That possession looked like it was going nowhere until they gave the ball to LeBron James, and he was kind of backing in on the left side of the floor. Threw a hook pass up top to DeAndre Ayton. DeAndre Ayton's had a bunch of field goals within a foot of the rim.
DeAndre Ayton and Rui Hachimura are combined 7 for 7. Ayton three-point play. He's got 9 points in the game. Lakers have a 9-point lead, their largest of the first quarter. Knicks have the final attack of the quarter, 10 seconds to go. Pass to Shamet, open. Left side three's good. You can't leave that man open.
So much for the last shot. He left 5.9 seconds for the Lakers. They're going to get one up here.
Here's James just inside a half, lifted and came up short on the jumper. It was not a heave. It was a true jump shot from half court. Did not fall, and the Lakers, PJ, have a 6-point advantage.
I like it a little bit back and forth. Really good help. Some unexpected guys stepping up for both teams, but I think we're going to have a very good game tonight.
Lakers shoot 54% first quarter and lead the Knicks 33-27 after one at MSG. This is the NBA on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indeed.
Running a business? You know that slow phone systems and missed messages cost you opportunities. Quo, formerly OpenPhone, is the #1 business phone system that streamlines communication, helps teams collaborate seamlessly, and respond to customers 24/7 with their AI agent. Join over 90,000 businesses using Quo. Try it free, then get 20% off your first 6 months at quo.com/ESPN, QUO.com/ESPN. They'll even port your existing numbers for free. Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers.
The GLP-1 pill you've been waiting for is now on Ro. Yep, it's finally here. With the same clinically proven ingredient. Now in a pill. And now on Ro. It's the first FDA-approved GLP-1 pill for weight loss. At the lowest price available. That's one daily GLP-1 pill for big results. Now on Ro. Go to ro.co/join to see if you qualify. RX only. Go to ro.co/safety for serious side effects and box warning associated with GLP-1s.
Well, the holidays have come and gone once again, but if you've forgotten to get that special someone in your life a gift, well, Mint Mobile is extending their holiday offer of half off unlimited wireless. So here's the idea. You get it now. You call it an early present for next year. What do you have to lose?
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/save.
Limited time 50% off regular price for new customers. Upfront payment required. $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds may slow after 50 gigabytes per month when network is busy. See terms.
Access to education changes lives. That's why National University provides flexible online and hybrid programs from associate to doctorate degrees. Since 1971, NU was built to serve non-traditional, working, and military learners nationwide. NU understands the demands of work, family, and service. Each year, more than 130,000 learners trust National University to move forward. Visit nu.edu to learn more.
Jim Basketball from our Granger Studios. The Knicks looking up at the Pistons in the East. Detroit up 34 on the Nets at 84-50, playing the third. The Heat losing last night to the Bulls on their home floor all over Chicago today, 89-55. And the Kings, who just acquired DeAndre Hunter from the Cavs, trailing in D.C. to the Wizards 78-73. That's also third quarter play. 33-27 Lakers with Luka. 10 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Start of the second quarter. Back to Madison Square Garden with P.J. Carlissimo and Mark Kestisher.
Thanks a lot, Jim. Yeah, the trade deadline coming up Thursday. I was surprised. I mean, DeAndre Hunter hadn't played well this year, but I thought he was such a big acquisition by Cleveland last year at the break, and now Schroeder coming over from Sacramento.
I was shocked. Yeah, I mean, I like Dennis Schroeder. I don't understand. You never know until you coach somebody. You don't know what he's like in the locker room. You don't know what he's like with the team. But to me, Dennis Schroeder has been an effective player in many, many stops. DeAndre Hunter trading him this quick really surprised me. But maybe concern with the point guard position.
Yes.
And also there was a lot of financial implications to that trade.
A lot of tax freed up for Cleveland on the deal. A lot more deals to come. 33-27, Lakers open with the lead here in the second quarter. Marcus Smart takes a three, missed it. Easy rebound for Tyler Kolek, who at the point guard is getting the start of the second quarter. Cale Bridges has it. Back to Kolek up top, guarded by DeAndre Ayton. 2 fouls playing the second quarter. Mo Diawara, rookie, big man, holding, finds for Cat. Now double teamed hard in the corner. Pass along the baseline, out of bounds. Nice job by, that was Smart and James, right, who got the hard double.
Yeah, not a real good situation. Cale Bridges turned to Karl Anthony Towns and go, was that to me? When you have to ask if the pass was to you, it probably was a little bit misdirected.
And a Laker pass is tapped out of bounds by OG Anunoby on the far side. Yeah, Cat had to kind of go out to that deeper corner to recover that alleged pass. And then the hard double came from James and Smart. Here's Rui Hachimura on the drive, gets by Mikal Bridges and scores. And boy, Hachimura off the bench is 4 for 4.
I told Rui I was at a Gonzaga practice the other day and had a chance to go out to dinner with his former coach, Mark Few. They are loaded again.
35-27 Lakers. OG Anunoby holding near the break on the left, goes to Kolek, who fires a three, in and out. That was halfway down, rebounded by Smart.
Yes, it was. The Garden rims are usually a lot softer than that.
Ayton took a lob pass free throw line and sends it right back to LeBron James. 90 seconds into the second quarter. The Lakers looking to build on an 8-point lead. James dribbling his way to the left side against Diawara, the rookie. Now takes him inside the arc, floating, got the contact, shot no good, and LBJ will head to the line for 2.
You got to feel badly for Mohamed Diawara. That is pretty much textbook definition. If you open a dictionary for mismatch, you'd see right there a rookie trying to guard LeBron James.
Diawara listed at 6'9", from France, from Paris. Played for Cholet, a Euro Cup champ, and in his first year in the league, getting the LeBron James assignment as James misses on the first free throw attempt.
First Laker miss. Lakers usually live on the free throw line. This is only their 5th. New York's the opposite. They take very few. LeBron missed both. Wow. 10 free throw attempts already for the Knicks. Very uncharacteristic.
James 75% this year, goes 0 for 2 at the line. Knicks try to work on this 8-point deficit. Pass to Diawara, got stripped by Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt now got fouled at the 3-point line. Tyler Kolek, as Vanderbilt was trying to collect that one, reached in and got a piece of the body.
I wouldn't call it a textbook example, but that was similar to transition. Take foul right there. Che Flores was a lot closer than we are. She did not choose to go that direction. But all of a sudden, after only 1 turnover early, the Knicks now are up to 4. 3 quick turnovers.
Zach Sarba, Jason Goebel, and aforementioned Che Flores are 3 officials here tonight. 2 minutes into the second quarter, Lakers by 8 in the ball. Smart stumbling down the left side post, shot up no good. Rebound New York. Up ahead Bridges, half court to Diawara. The big man shoots a 3 and hits, and that's what that rookie from France can deliver.
It's a good thing Mohamed made that, because OG Anunoby was all by himself underneath the rim.
Mo would have been right next to Mike Brown if you missed that shot potentially. Here's Smart on the drive outside to Vanderbilt. Lakers lead is 5. 9.5 to go first half. They load up. Smart back to the basket on Kolek, into the lane, got the whistle. Rainbow shot, no good, but free throws coming for Marcus Smart. Diawara now picks up his second foul for the Knicks.
Very seldom see a possession where Marcus Smart is not involved, where there's some kind of collision or physicality. He loves his straight line. Doesn't exist. If he has a choice of going through somebody or around him, he's going to go through them.
Another one of the really good acquisitions this offseason for the Lakers, to find guys with salaries that could fit.
Exactly.
Marcus Smart, one of those. Luka Doncic re-entering the Laker lineup. 10 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists in the first quarter.
Was Luka, what are you talking about, an acquisition whose salary fit?
Yes. may have compressed it the other direction. 2 free throws good by Marcus Smart. 37-30 Lakers. Kolek drives hard down to the baseline. Pass up top to OG. To the repositioned Kolek, who bags a wide-open triple in front of the Knick bench.
Really nice relocation by Kolek and awareness by OG.
Knicks down 4. Smart drives Diawara below the rim, finds the cutting Doncic, got a late whistle. He was begging for it before his shot missed, and Zach Zarba blew the whistle. And that's one of the reasons they didn't shoot a lot of free throws in the first quarter, because that guy didn't go to the line, and he gets 2 here.
Zach's pointing out to the other 2 officials, Lucas pointing out, hey, you could have made the call. Zach Zarba had to make the call from out there. You guys were closer. Where were you with the whistle?
That's 3 on Diawara, and you see Mitchell Robinson getting set to check in, one of 3 Knicks at the scorer's table. Doncic at the free throw line, trying to extend the 4-point lead, and bricks off the back iron his first free throw attempt.
Neither of these teams excelling so far from the free throw line. A little bit unusual. The Knicks are number 11 at 79%. I will say L.A. at times is challenged. They're 22. They only shoot 77%.
Doncic, one more free throw to come. Karl-Anthony Towns, Mitchell Robinson, Hart, Kolek, and Shamet, the 5 on the floor for the Knicks after the changes, as splitting the free throws is Luka Doncic. Doncic with 11, Lakers by 5, 38-33. Just crossing 9 minutes to go in our first half. Kolek down the left post, passes to Hart, opposite right side. Smart guarding him nicely as Hart tries to get to the elbow and backs him off. And he gives it up to Kolek and back to Hart. 7 to shoot. Josh pulls the trigger on a 3 and connects over Rui Hachimura.
Guys, how about Josh Hart's improved three-point shooting this year? It's been over 40 for most of the year. He just dipped a little bit under it.
Here's Luka answering with a 3 from the left over Josh Hart as they duel triples. Lakers by 5. 8.5 to go, second quarter. Kolek with a standing dribble between the rings. Ayton waiting for him. Now he drives on the bigger Ayton. Stops. Head fake. Puts a shot high off the glass. Missed everything. Tapped out. Hachimura has it. Tried to feed James on the outlet, who was fouled at midcourt. Turning to come up with the pass, and the foul's against New York. Landry Shamet ticketed with that foul. That'll be his second.
Quick outlet pass there. Kind of surprised LeBron James. He was running down the floor. I don't think he saw it coming, and that was pretty much what everybody said from day one about LeBron. Boy, if he had chosen to play football, how good a tight end or receiver or basically any position he wanted to play would he have been in football.
Lakers are in the bonus, PJ. Wow. The first free throw is missed. The Lakers have not committed a foul here in this second quarter. The Knicks already over the limit. But LeBron James, the big wow from my partner, Mr. Carlissimo, is 0 for 3 at the free throw line.
Lakers don't commit a lot of fouls. They're 9th in the league, obviously top 10, whereas the Knicks are 22nd. So no surprise when the Knicks are committing fouls.
James hits the second, splits the pair. He's got 6. 6-point Laker lead, 42-36, 8 minutes to go in the half here in New York City. Tyler Kolek beyond the arc, pass to the right corner. This is Hart driving near the dotted line. Now squares, shot's not there. Offensive rebound, tap Robinson. No, second offensive rebound, put back good for Karl-Anthony Towns.
Karl-Anthony Towns, one of the best defensive rebounders in the league, but also top 20 on the offensive glass.
Knicks going double big and paying off there. They're within 4. James back to the basket on the much smaller Kolek. To the free throw line, fades on the jumper and rattles home, and he points his hand down and says, "Too small, you can't cover me, young man."
He's seen as much of zone as J.J. Redick told us we might expect.
Good point. He said they're playing a lot of zone on this road trip. 44-38, Lakers. Karl-Anthony Towns, the one-legged Dirk jumper, is a misser from straight on. Doncic has it over the top pass, nearly connected to LaRavia. Was tipped, LaRavia had it, then lost it out of bounds. Turnover, L.A.
The court's 94 feet long, and if you figure both of the free throw lanes are approximately 15 feet from the basket, Luka loves to throw 60 to 70-foot passes.
He's right up there with Kevin Love and Nikola Jokic.
Kevin Love was one of the best, and Nikola Jokic still is.
44-38, Lakers. Knicks with it, 7 minutes to go in the half, and a foul as Karl-Anthony Towns trying to receive a lob pass on the perimeter. Gabe Vincent gets called. That is the very first Lakers foul of this second quarter with 6:58 to go.
Timeout kind of snuck in on everybody. The crowd very quiet tonight, Kester.
Yeah, the Lakers have kind of controlled this game mostly and have kept the buzz down. We got a timeout here in New York. 6:58 to go, second quarter. Lakers 44, Knicks 38. You're listening to the NBA on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indeed.
You didn't start a business just to keep the lights on. You're here to sell more today than yesterday. You're here to win. Lucky for you, Shopify built the best converting checkout on the planet. Like the just one tapping, ridiculously fast acting, sky-high sales stacking, champion of checkouts. That's the good stuff right there. So if your business is in it to win it, win with Shopify. Start your free trial today at shopify.com/win.
I like things my way. My coffee, my schedule, and my treatment. So I talked to my doctor about self-injecting with the VivGuard Hytrulo prefilled syringe, which contains Efgartigimod alpha and hyaluronidase QVFC. It's injected under your skin, subcutaneously. It means I can inject in my space, on my time. It's my treatment, my way. Visit VivGuardMyWay.com. That's VYVGART myway.com. And talk to your doctor about VivGuard Hytrulo. Brought to you by Argenix.
Just like in sports, businesses succeed when you have the right free agent. With Robert Half's specialized recruiter's experience, combined with their award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Learn more at roberthalf.com/talent.
Do I have to give y'all a class? Do I need to set a football for dummies? There to you, Greg Vaughn and Courtney Morgan. We can't run the ball.
Oh, fun dog. Weekdays at 3 Eastern on the ESPN app and the SEC network.
Amber and Ian.
Devin Fitzsimmons is an assistant special teams coach for the Seattle Seahawks. Who cried more the moment that your team won the NFC Championship? You, or was it your big brother, my co-host Ian?
My other brother was like, bro, your brother was a hot mess.
I was.
This dude is balling like it's the end of Steel Magnolias. It was unbelievable.
Amber and Ian. Weeknights at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio. This is the NBA on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Lakers 44, Knicks 38, 6:58 to go first half at Madison Square Garden, where we're going to pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is the NBA on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indeed. Alongside PJ Carlesimo, I'm Mark Kestisher, our entire ESPN radio crew here from New York City. I always want to call you New York native. I know you're a Scranton guy, but you spend so much time in northern New Jersey and Fordham University, Seton Hall, Wagner.
No, I spent a ton of time here and fortunately got a chance. We had a multitude of games, regular season games, and, of course, the Big East tournament every year. Even when we were at Wagner, we got a pair of games that, believe it or not, one year we played Ralph Sampson's team, and one year we played Mark McGuire. They were both ranked in the top 3 when we played them.
Amazing. Knicks out of the timeout, down 6. Landry Shamet on the drive right to the rim, lays it in as he goes careening over the baseline.
Change for the Knicks. 4 of their last 5 field goals have been 3-point field goals by 4 different players, but now he and Karl Anthony Towns finally cash in a conventional 2-point bucket.
Lakers lead is down to 4. Here's Luka, sidestep 3 from the left, misses, long rebound. Karl Anthony Towns going to watch it trickle out of bounds by the Laker bench, and the Knicks get it back. They trailed by as many as 9 here in the first half. Rui Hachimura is back in the game, 9 points, 4 for 4 off the bench. So is Jackson Hayes and Gabe Vincent. Luka Doncic stays on the floor. Jake LaRavia's in. LeBron James to the bench. Knicks also some changes. Jalen Brunson back on the floor with Hart, Shamet, Robinson, and Tyler Kolek. Brunson passes half court, dribbling against LaRavia. With a left hand to the left side, dribble handoff Shamet. Shamet attacks into the lane, stumbling, passes out to Kolek. Shot clock at 10. Over to Brunson, driving Doncic. Baseline left, stops. Outside Kolek with 5. Kolek dribbles against Luka with 3. Tough shot, good from the left. Tough angle over Luka.
Luka worked harder on that defensive possession than I've seen him work most times. And still, Tyler Kolek made a tough shot. Luka cut off Jalen Brunson.
2-point game. Lakers lead. Doncic at the top to Vincent. One quick pass over to Rui, who glides in. No foul, some contact, no whistle. First miss for Rui. Brunson comes back the other way, back to the basket against Vincent, taking him in toward the mid-post. Now a double comes with Hayes, looking to duck under, but passing out instead to Hart. Baseball pass left side low, but Shamet recovers. 8 to shoot. On the deck, under the baseline, out to Kolek. A 3, no, just kissed the front rim. Rebounded by Luka. Another long court pass connects to Rui and blocked by Josh Hart. Knicks come from right to left. Brunson feeds Kolek, walks into a 3, front rim and backboard, no. Rebound, Hayes on the deck, recovers. He wanted a foul, none given. He's slow to get back, and it's a 5-on-4. It's a 4-on-5, actually, as Luka misses another 3.
He's shaking his head. He's not feeling good about his shot. He knocked a couple down, but doesn't look like he's real happy with the way it's working for us from downtown.
3 for 7 from 3. Brunson ducks in on a 3. Pass instead to Kolek in the lane. Taps it back out to Shamet with 5. To Kolek, a wide open look. He hits the triple from the left, and the Knicks have come back to take the lead.
JJ's got a timeout. That may have been his own possession. Truthfully, I have no idea what it was. They weren't matched up at all, and it yielded a wide open shot finally at the end for the young man from Marquette.
Tyler Kolek off the bench. A 7-0 run. Kolek's got 8 points. Knicks 45, Lakers 44. Timeout at the Garden. 4:39 to go first half. This is the NBA on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indeed.
This is Adam Schefter, and on this week's episode, the Patriots and Seahawks meet in another Super Bowl. The latest coaching news, plus what's next for the Rams and Broncos. The Adam Schefter Podcast, available wherever you get your podcasts.
Evan, Canty, and Michelle are unsportsmanlike.
We had an incident on my safari. Our guide said to us, his name was Equalizer.
Wait, I'm sorry, the guy's name was
Yeah.
There's no way his name was actually Equalizer.
That's what he told us to call him, Equalizer.
You think his birth name was Equalizer, like Equalizer Jones?
You act like crazier things have not happened.
Unsportsmanlike. Weekday morning starting at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN2. This is Freddie and Harry.
Let's keep it direct. This hire was made because of Josh Allen. If Josh Allen did not want Joe Brady to take over this football team, the Buffalo Bills would still be looking for a new head coach. Josh Allen is the head blank of this ship involving the Buffalo Bills. And if Kong not happy, then nobody going to be happy with the Buffalo Bills. King Kong's got nothing on Josh Allen.
Check out more from Freddie and Harry weekdays at 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
This is Rich Eisen on Monday's show. Seahawk fan and actor Josh Lucas is in studio, and the same thing with Nikolai Coster-Waldau from Game of Thrones. That's Monday's Super Bowl week kickoff edition of the Rich Eisen Show on Disney Plus, the ESPN app, and ESPN Radio.
Well, the holidays have come and gone once again, but if you've forgotten to get that special someone in your life a gift, well, Mint Mobile is extending their holiday offer of half off unlimited wireless. So here's the idea. You get it now. You call it an early present for next year. What do you have to lose?
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/save.
Limited time 50% off regular price for new customers. Upfront payment required. $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds may slow after 50 gigabytes per month when network is busy. See terms.
You're listening to the NBA on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Back at Madison Square Garden, the Knicks have come back down 9. They lead the Lakers 45-44. 4:39 to go first half. Mark Kestisher, PJ Carlissimo with you. And among the bench players for the Knicks who are leading the charge, Tyler Kolek getting a lot more minutes year 2 this year. And he's come up with all 8 of his points in the second quarter.
Looks like a totally different player. I was looking for him down there before the game, Kesty. I wanted to make sure he saw the Seton Hall Marquette score from earlier this week. But bench points, you're talking about 17-11 in favor of New York, and surprisingly, there's only 2 players in the game in double figures. Luka Doncic for the Lakers and OG Anunoby, surprisingly, being the only starter, Knicks starter, in double figures.
This PJ's Instant Analysis brought to you by SoFi. Get your money right. Lakers will have the ball coming out of the timeout. Jake LaRavia went to the bench for the Lakers. Jared Vanderbilt replaces him. LeBron James still on the bench. Luka Doncic leading the charge for L.A. Left to right as we watch it. Dribbles to the right side, does Luka. Finds Gabe Vincent open. He'll square from the top. And pure, a three-pointer. Straight away, Lakers back in front.
Luka does command the ball an awful lot of time, but I'll tell you what, he sees the floor. He gets it to players when they're open. 4th
assist for Doncic, 2-point Laker lead. Leaner Brunson from 10, no. Tipped by Robinson, no. High tip, and it's Luka. Nearly had it away from Robinson, who got one last-second hit off of Luka and out of bounds. Nope, Jay Flores changing the call. It'll be Los Angeles ball.
Wow. Jay Flores came from outside. Jason Goble was along the baseline. Mr. Offensive Rebound almost took Luka Doncic's head off trying to come up with the rebound. That's Mitchell Robinson that I'm speaking about. Number 1 in offensive rebounds in the league. 4.9 offensive boards a game.
I know the game didn't count, but he had 10 offensive rebounds in the NBA Cup final in Las Vegas.
Exactly.
Or his average probably be over 5 offensive rebounds a game. Here's Doncic dribbling through traffic. Oh, the Red Sea parted. Doncic took the 2 steps down the lane and scored the easy bucket.
Mike Brown turned to the assistant coaches and said, what happened?
Bridges lining up a 3, missed the rim, only hit the net, or did that go through? No, that went out of bounds. Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm telling you what, there have been some bizarre misses tonight from three-point range.
49-45, Lakers lead by 4. Now here's a pass lifted for Vanderbilt from Luka, no good. A little ragged play at the moment. Josh Hart spins through the middle of the lane, puts up a short jumper, and gets the roll. Knicks down 2. Hart's second bucket, he's got 5. Doncic 16 points, leading all scorer. Front court to Vincent. Straight on triple is a miss.
A little push got away with. No, they didn't get away with it. Jay Flores right on the call.
It was Karl Anthony Towns and Josh Hart were both in that area, and they're going to give that foul indeed to Josh. Hart with his first. Knicks have been over the limit for a bit, and Jared Vanderbilt will go to the free throw line for the Lakers.
Jay Flores paid her dues. She worked She also worked in the G League for a long time. She was an excellent college official. She worked championship game, NCAA women, and a whole bunch of NCAAs also.
With our officials, Zach Zarba and Jason Goble tonight. Busy night across the NBA on this Sunday before the Super Bowl.
Jason Goble in his 10th year. Bad miss again. Boy, I'll tell you what.
Vanderbilt
split a pair.
Yep.
Jay Flores, 4th year. Jason Goble, 10th. Zach Zarba, our buddy, 23rd year.
Brunson nearly kicked it. It's loose on the floor. Vanderbilt had it poked away on the floor. Cat was able to keep it alive. Down floor, OG Anunoby missed on the layup. Knicks keep it. Ragged play continues. New York.
Just the way it was drawn up.
Fresh 14. Brunson drives. Been a quiet night for Jalen. Sends it outside to Hart. Now to Anunoby on the right. Nearly lost his footing. Kept the dribble. Double team. Late clock. Could not get the shot off. And a shot clock violation against the Knicks. That was going nowhere for a long time.
I'm going to call that 60% good defense by the Lakers and 40% very, very poor offense by New York, that possession.
50-47 Lakers, 2:44 to go. LeBron James off the bench, back in the game for the Lakers. So is Marcus Smart. So is DeAndre Ayton. Luka Doncic, 2:38, clock moving. Standing dribble inside a half court. Now moves to the right, switching defense as Karl Anthony Towns, who fell off, and Doncic took the 3 in and out. Pops to the Knicks, and a pass dangerous for Jalen Brunson. A foul on Jared Vanderbilt, who tried to get the steal.
Yeah, Jared Vanderbilt thought he had the steal, but normally you don't want to foul 75 feet from your basket, but thought he had a chance to get it. Actually did. I'm watching the replay. He got his long left arm in there. Thought he had a chance to knock it loose.
Second team foul on the Lakers. Knicks will bring it up. Trailing by 3, despite shooting only 42% here in the first half.
Yeah, they're kind of making up for it with their three-point shooting.
Karl Anthony Towns tried to wrap a bounce pass, but it was stolen by DeAndre Ayton. 6th turnover by the Knicks. Here's LeBron dribbling across the free throw line, turns, squares, fades, and hits. Degree of difficulty, 9.2.
Only LeBron. He's on an angle going away from the rim, away from the free throw line. Pivots and buries it.
10 points, James in double figures. Lakers by 5. Brunson just inside a half court. Dribbles out of trouble to the right, hands it off to Shamet, who gets a quick trigger shot and buries the 3 right at the break on the three-point line.
The three-point line has been good for the Knicks.
Down 2. Here's Luka quickly down floor, off the square and in.
It's like the one you said before, the Red Sea part. They realize who Luka Doncic is, correct?
Yeah, that's 2 of them. Feels like 2 in a row. 4-point lead Lakers, 1:20 to go. Luka's got 18 in the half.
There's a zone now from L.A., a little bit of zone.
Brunson finds Karl Anthony Towns down the lane, missed it point blank. He wanted contact, no whistle. Luka comes away with it the other way. Luka spinning against Shamet, bumps him once, bumps him twice. Karl Anthony Towns knocks it away, but the Lakers come up with a lob at the rim. It's Ayton right there to grab and put it up and in. Near steal by the Knicks, but the Lakers come away with the deuce.
How many lobs has DeAndre Ayton caught right in front of the rim?
4 of them, I'm told, and he's 5 for 5 in the game with 11 points. 56-50 Lakers. Shamet, open 3, missed from the right, long rebound. Cat chased it down in the corner. He'll take a tough angle 3, another miss, rebound L.A.
That was a 4-man zone that time by L.A. They chose not to guard the corner.
Here's a long 3, Luka, logo triple, no. Long rebound, Brunson, down floor, Hart, and he beats LeBron James, who went for the block, and Hart puts it in.
That was an atrocious shot by Luka. Josh Hart pressured the shot, just ran down court and got the easy finish.
Gets the Knicks within 4, 20 seconds to go, first half. About 2 seconds difference on the shot clock. Luka getting an Ayton screen, double comes to Luka, feeds Ayton up top. They go to Vanderbilt, corner 3 on its way, missed badly. James tried to save it off of Brunson. It deflects to Smart, who puts it up near the horn, missed it, and that's how the first half will end. There's a long court pass down floor, but the Lakers will have a 4-point lead over the Knicks here at halftime. A ragged final 3 minutes of this first half.
Yeah, it was. There's been spurts back and forth. I thought more good minutes for L.A., but it's really not reflected in the score. It's a 4-point game, and if either team would settle down and start playing, they only had, I think, 2 turnovers between the teams in the first quarter. Second quarter got very, very sloppy.
Lakers have 3 in double figures, led by Luka Doncic, 18 points. The only Knick in double figures, OG Anunoby, has 11. Lakers 56, Knicks 52, and that's the half of it from Madison Square Garden. Let's send it to Jim Basquill in the studio. Here's the AutoZone halftime report.
All right, Kesty, thanks so much. Knicks got to feel good that they're within 4, as Jalen Brunson has just 7 points on 2 of 8 from the floor. The NBA halftime show on ESPN Radio is presented by AutoZone. Get in the zone. AutoZone. Coming up next in the AutoZone halftime report, we'll talk New York Knicks with an insider on how realistic Giannis to New York could be. That's next. This is the NBA on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
The GLP-1 pill you've been waiting for is now on Ro. Yep, it's finally here. With the same clinically proven ingredient. Now in a pill. And now on Ro. It's the first FDA-approved GLP-1 pill for weight loss. At the lowest price available. That's one daily GLP-1 pill for big results. Now on Ro. Go to ro.co/join to see if you qualify. RX only. Go to ro.co/safety for serious side effects and boxed warning associated with GLP-1s.
Running a business? You know that slow phone systems and missed messages cost you opportunities. Quo, formerly OpenPhone, is the #1 business phone system that streamlines communication, helps teams collaborate seamlessly, and respond to customers 24/7 with their AI agent. Join over 90,000 businesses using Quo. Try it free, then get 20% off your first 6 months at quo.com/ESPN, QUO.com/ESPN. They'll even port your existing numbers for free. Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers.
Access to education changes lives. That's why National University provides flexible online and hybrid programs from associate to doctorate degrees. Since 1971, NU was built to serve non-traditional, working, and military learners nationwide. NU understands the demands of work, family, and service. Each year, more than 130,000 learners trust National University to move forward. Visit nu.edu to learn more.
ESPN's College Game Day, the podcast.
These days in college sports, Jerry Tarkanian would no longer be an outlier. Jerry Tarkanian be acquired. We encourage people to break contracts and find loopholes and sue and pressure and play victim. We don't care. Everything is just straight up, bare knuckle brawling.
Listen to the College Game Day podcast with Reese Davis and Pete Thamel, wherever you listen to podcasts. This is the NBA on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Gym basketball back on the AutoZone halftime report. We've mentioned over and over again, Thursday comes the NBA trade deadline. Giannis, the headliner there. The Bucks are listening to aggressive offers on their store. If dealt, he would be the first multi-time MVP traded midseason in NBA history. Earlier, we had a chance to talk with Christian Winfield, who covers the Knicks for the New York Daily News, regarding the Knicks' pursuit of Giannis and how realistic New York could be as a landing spot.
It's tough, right? It's tough to sell your front office on breaking up a core that's on such a hot winning streak right now. Even if they were losers of 9 of the 11 games coming right into the new year, the Knicks are playing some of their best basketball right now. That being said, you've got an opportunity to add a guy like Giannis, and that's the issue, right? It's what do you have to give up to get a guy who not only makes $54+ million, but is also a 2-time MVP who you're not going to be able to get at a discount, right? Are you willing to really break up the core of this roster? Any real Giannis Antetokounmpo trade is going to see Karl Anthony Towns going out in salary, and then you have to consider sending somebody else out to get draft picks. Is that the type of season you want to have? Do you want to have that happen in the middle of the season, or do you want to have that happen in the summer? Issue is the Knicks don't know if Giannis is going to be there in the summer, right? So they're in an interesting scenario. They can make a deal happen. It's just a matter of, is it worth it? So does it happen? Not sure. We'll see what maybe the results of this game against the Lakers will tell us. Last year, these two teams played, and even the winning team ended up making a huge trade, right? So we'll see.
Giannis aside, are you expecting the Knicks to be active at the deadline?
Yeah, absolutely. This is a team that, when you look at the core, it's the same core of guys that you had last year in terms of the starting 5 and your first 2 guys off the bench. But the Knicks took 2 huge swings that they missed on this offseason. They signed Gershon Yabusele using that mid-level exception, and they brought Jordan Clarkson in on the buyout market as a veteran minimum. And neither of those guys are part of the rotation right now. Both those guys are guys who came in with high expectations to carve out roles that just hasn't worked out yet. So those are the types of trades I expect this team to make, things that will help bolster their bench. But in terms of actually, a huge trade that's going to uproot the roster, I don't know that I see that happening.
Christian, you just mentioned they won 5 straight games coming into this one. Inside the organization, curious, what's their view of this current team as currently constituted with regards to a championship caliber group?
Oh, yeah. All you have to do is look at what James Dolan said when he got in front of a microphone on the radio for the first time in God knows how long. He said, hey, we believe we can win a championship. That's the goal. We believe this team is currently constructed could do it, and that he didn't foresee any big moves being made. Now, granted, a guy like Giannis says, hey, I want out and I only want to go to the Knicks. That changes your perspective on what this team is going to look like. But internally, this team believes that the pieces that they put together should be able to build on last season's Eastern Conference Finals appearance, right? They should be able to make the NBA Finals and potentially win it, depending on the matchup.
Yeah, the Knicks have won 5 straight games coming into today's tip. Coming up next in the AutoZone halftime report, we'll take you around the NBA, including the Celtics and Bucks. Boston, a team now ahead of New York in the standings. You're listening to the NBA on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters' experience, combined with their award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel angry or depressed most of the time? Do you feel neglected or unloved?
Do you feel that if the drinker loved you, she or he would stop drinking?
If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
Not everyone trapped by alcohol is an alcoholic.
Families and friends are suffering too. Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
The Rich Eisen Show.
Marcus Spears factor on the program.
My NFL Live crew, we make these picks, and people think we care about making these picks. like we live and die by it. Sometimes I don't even look at it. I tell the producer, pick the game and the score. I don't get paid to pick games, because if I knew who was going to win every game, I'd just live in Vegas and be richer than all y'all. So,
The Rich Eisen Show from noon to 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio, ESPN Plus, and on Disney Plus.
The NBA is happening now on ABC and the ESPN app. It's Saturday prime time. MVPs past and present showcase their talent, while icons of the game meet once more.
Throughout our career, we've been trying to get to the mountaintop. It's a battle every time, and it brings the best out of you.
Saturday prime time presented by Wingstop. Rockets Thunder at 3 Eastern. Warriors Lakers at 8:30. Saturday on ABC.
What's up, kiddos? Clinton Yates here. Coming up on Monday, Super Week will be upon us, and we'll get you set for the big game. We'll remember. We'll be there. That's Monday on Clinton and Friends at 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app.
This is Freddie and Harry on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Drake May is right up there. He is coached properly, and his accuracy and the ability to utilize his legs, I think that puts him in another dimension. Drake May goes out there in that Super Bowl, and he caps it off with a hell of a game, along with a hell of a season. Drake May will be in my damn top 10.
Check out more from Freddie and Harry weekdays at 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
No days off when you love what you're doing. Sundays are the best day of the week because you're just one day away from First Take returning Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN.
ESPN Plus Hockey Night presents the Sunshine State rivalry.
It's always a battle when these two teams meet.
Panthers.
What a goal by Brad Marchand!
Lightning.
Nikita Kucherov! It's a lightning strike!
In the Battle of Florida.
Buckle up, strap in. It's going to be a tremendous show.
ESPN Plus Hockey Night presented by Honda. Panthers Lightning. Thursday at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN Plus and the ESPN app.
They promoted the guy above Sean McDermott, the GM, and the guy below him. Like, it's hard not to look at this as like a scapegoat situation.
Check out the Mina Kimes Show featuring Lenny on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, it's Evan Cohen. Coming up Monday, we'll get you ready for Super Bowl week. Plus, we're less than a week away from the NBA trade deadline. I'll tell you which teams need to make a deal. It's on Sportsmanlike 6 a.m. Eastern right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
You're listening to the NBA on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Jim Basketball back on the AutoZone halftime report where the Lakers lead the Knicks at Madison Square Garden at the break, 56-52. Let's take you around the league. Two one-sided games are wrapping up. Heat all over the Bulls in the second of back-to-backs for these two teams in Miami, 132-89. Bam has 20. Pistons tops in the East, 126-73 up on the Brooklyn Nets. Cade Cunningham, 18-12 in that one. One of these teams is going to get their 13th win. Wizards lead the Kings with just over a minute to go, 113-110. And the Raptors in search of their 30th win, 102-93 up on the Utah Jazz with about 3 minutes to go.
Cade at top of the arc now for Boston. Sends it right wing, catch and shoot three. Jaylen Brown zeroes in again. He is deadly. He wants to get that season average, 29.5 points a game. That is fourth best in the NBA.
That's 98.5 the Sports Hub. Jaylen Brown, 30. Celtics, 107-79 over the Bucks. Milwaukee, 18-29, stand 12th in the Eastern Conference. All-Star reserves announced today. LeBron getting to that All-Star game for the 22nd time in his career. Kevin Durant, his 16th. The East reserves led by Cleveland's Donovan Mitchell. Keep up with all the reserves on ESPN.com. The game February 5th at midnight in-season showcase. Coming up next on the AutoZone Halftime Report, the second half from Madison Square Garden, Lakers and Knicks. This is the NBA on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Well, the holidays have come and gone once again, but if you've forgotten to get that special someone in your life a gift, well, Mint Mobile is extending their holiday offer of half off unlimited wireless. So here's the idea. You get it now. You call it an early present for next year. What do you have to lose? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/save.
Limited time 50% off regular price for new customers. Upfront payment required. $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds may slow after 50 gigabytes per month when network is busy. See terms.
When it's time to scale your business, it's time for Shopify. Get everything you need to grow the way you want. Like, all the way. Stack more sales with the best converting checkout on the planet. Track your cha-chings from every channel, right in one spot. And turn real-time reporting into big-time opportunities. Take your business to a whole new level. Switch to Shopify. Start your free trial today.
I like things my way. My coffee, my schedule, and my treatment. So I talked to my doctor about self-injecting with the Vyvgart Hytrulo pre-filled syringe, which contains F-gartigimod alpha and hyaluronidase QVFC. It's injected under your skin, subcutaneously. It means I can inject in my space, on my time. It's my treatment, my way. Visit VyvgartMyWay.com. That's VYVGART MyWay.com. And talk to your doctor about Vyvgart Hytrulo. Brought to you by Argenix.
No days off when you love what you're doing. Sundays are the best day of the week because you're just one day away from First Take returning Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN.
May I gather your attention, please? The NFL Pro Bowl games are back. The league's biggest stars of the year show off on a brand new stage in San Francisco, celebrating the season with an AFC-NFC showdown, flag football style. One game, all the Sellies. The 2026 Pro Bowl games, powered by Verizon. Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. Also streaming on the ESPN app. Yeah,
This is the NBA on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Here's LeBron dribbling across the free throw line, turns, squares, fades, and hits. Degree of difficulty, 9.2.
Only LeBron. He's on an angle going away from the rim, away from the free throw line. Pivots and buries it.
Jim Basketball back on the AutoZone halftime report. LeBron James, Luka Doncic combining for 28 points, 11 rebounds, 8 assists. New York has just one player in double figures, OG Anunoby with 11, despite 7 from Jalen Brunson, though the Knicks are within 4 at 56-52. Start of the second half from Madison Square Garden with PJ Carlissimo and Mark Kestisher.
Jim, thank you very much. Good recovery by the Knicks, down 9 with 3-point shooting. Bench scoring and their defense a little better in the second quarter. But so far, Luka Doncic, PJ, 18 points. What are you seeing so far?
Well, he's taking good care of the ball. I mean, among the many categories, Luka's in the top 5. Turnovers is one of them. Turns it over more than anybody in the league. Now, he has the ball in his hands more than anybody in the league also. But 7 rebounds, 4 assists to go with those 18 points. 3 for 9. His three-point shot is like all over the place tonight. He knocked down a couple in a row, didn't even touch the rim. They looked beautiful. Then he had a couple like really bad misses, but I think he's fine. LeBron is taking care of business. They have 3 guys, as Jim just mentioned, in double figures. OG, the only Knick in double figures. Jalen Brunson's 2 for 7. Mikal Bridges 1 for 6. Mikal Bridges has had a couple of really bad misses, but points in the paint, no surprise. Lakers 24, Knicks 16, plus 8 for the Lakers. Fast break points, you would expect the Knicks. They like to run more. They are plus 6 there at 10-4. Shooting, the Lakers shooting better, 49% to only 42 for the Knicks.
You were right about that Knicks starting backcourt. Brunson and Bridges held to 9 points on 3 of 13 shooting. Lakers have done a nice job on Brunson, especially when Jared Vanderbilt comes into the game as well. But can they do it for 4 quarters? That's always the question.
Well, you're not going to shut Jalen Brunson down. He's going to come alive. But I'll tell you, the guy who did a good job and was caught on him twice, Luka Doncic, did a good job cutting off Jalen Brunson. Now, Luka Doncic, at his size and his athletic ability, he can guard anybody. It's not something he's usually focused on.
Same starting fives on the floor to open the third quarter. Lakers now attacking to our left. DeAndre Ayton got the ball, high post, tried to go up, got stripped, got fouled. There's the call. OG Anunoby gets called for the early Nick foul, 13 seconds. They got 5 quick fouls in the second quarter and an early foul against the Knicks Ledgers here in this third.
DeAndre Ayton still hasn't missed a shot. He's played well. Got 4 boards to go with his 11 points.
Inbound to Doncic, straight on 3, misses off the back iron, rebounded by Karl Anthony Towns. Jalen Brunson just 2 for 7 shooting, 7 points, 4 assists first half. Dribbles against Doncic, takes some free throw line, hops to his right, elbow jumper, good start for Brunson here in the second half.
Going to his right, shooting it with the left hand.
Knicks down 2, 56-54. Marcus Smart from the perimeter sends it over to the left corner to Doncic, guarded by Brunson. Ducks through a double. Pass to James, passed up the triple, sends it to LaRavia. His three's a miss from the corner and rebounded by Anunoby.
Ron did not want to take the 3. LaRavia was wide open.
Hart bumps into Luka. Luka gets called for the foul and then comes hobbling, as he did not put any pressure on the right foot, reaching down, bent over at the waist on the baseline. Remember,
I thought they cracked knees. I might be wrong. I thought they went knee to knee, but it's hard to speculate, particularly from up here.
See if we get a good look at the replay. And you're right, it might be knee to knee. I was thinking of Luka falling off the court in Cleveland. Here's the inbound. It's Hart driving hard. A whistle and 1 as he goes to the left hand. And a chance at a 3-point play for Josh Hart. It's going to be on DeAndre Ayton, the foul, his third.
It's been the most productive Nova Knick so far, Josh Hart. He's 4 for 6 from the field. He made that 1-3. We talked about it. Talking a career 34% three-point shooter. He's become a 40% three-point shooter, working on his game, Josh Hart.
Free throw is good. 3-point play gives the Knicks the lead. Our 7th lead change of the ball game. 57-56 New York.
I actually thought there were more lead changes than that, Kest.
Here's Luka, cross-court pass, left corner LeBron. This time a 3, no good. Karl Anthony Towns couldn't hang on to it. He tried to get the rebound underneath the basket, lost it across the baseline.
Karl Anthony Towns, one of the elite defensive rebounders in the league. He's number 4. He averages 8.8 defensive rebounds a game.
James will inbound from the far right sideline in front of the Knick bench into Luka. Back to the basket, baseline right against Hart. Now spins, fade, shot good. Luka with the jumper, and look back at the Knicks bench.
There is no defense for that.
No. 58-57 Lakers, another lead change, 90 seconds into quarter number 3. Brunson between the rings, gets a high Hart screen, dribbles to his right. Now Brunson cuts to the middle, dotted line, jumper. LaRavia got a hand on it. Brunson goes down. Here's the Lakers the other way. Lobbing for James for the flush on the Marcus Smart feed. James still showing the hops at 41 years of age. Pass inside Bridges, outside, extra pass OG, and he buries a 3 from the left, ties the game at 60.
The Lakers have had a lot of possessions where they don't appear to be matched up. They're scrambling all over the place, trying to catch up with the ball.
Lakers with it. Smart receives the pass from James, takes a 3 that goes in and out and deadens to Karl Anthony Towns.
Marcus Smart is ice cold to start this game. I believe he's 0 for 4.
Indeed, 0 for 4, 0 for 2 from 3. Hard at the top, drives on LaRavia, gets a beat on him and goes right to the basket with a left-hand lay-in. Knicks go in front by 2.
Jake LaRavia is talking to Jay Flores, the official on the baseline, said, hey, he had his right forearm out the entire time. I couldn't get close to him.
Nice veteran move. 62-60. Lakers down. Doncic probing. Free throw line against Bridges. Passes out to LaRavia. Left side 3. Good. The Lakers go in front. The 10th lead change on this Sunday night in New York.
Assist number 5 for Luka.
63-62 L.A. Brunson dribbles on the left, terminates, goes to Cat, fires down low quickly to Bridges for the score. Karl Anthony Towns drops the dime to Mikal Bridges. Knicks in front, 64-63.
Both teams with 15 assists. There's a lot of open players tonight. They're just moving the ball, and players are wide open.
LaRavia got hassled at the three-point line. Ball got knocked away, trickles out of bounds. Last touch by New York. James will inbound deep in the corner on the baseline.
Dead corner.
Handed the ball overhead. LeBron gets it into Luka. Doncic on the drive, got the whistle, elbow jumper, no. Luka will go to the line for just the 5th and 6th time tonight. Fouls on Josh Hart, number 2.
Luka with a veteran Luka move. He actually dribbled by Josh Hart. He knew Josh Hart was hustling to catch up, and Luka just kind of jumped into his path and kind of dipped his shoulder to create the contact.
Good, smart move. See, Steph Curry used to do that a lot. They curbed some of the rules against that. Doncic at the line, deep knee bend. First one is good. Luka with 21 points, 7 boards, 5 assists here tonight. The league's leading scorer at 33.7.
He's a very good, not excellent three-point shooter. 78%, that's pretty good. But, I mean, with his stroke, I'm surprised it's not a little better, and it's a good thing for the rest of the league he's not, because he attempts 11.3 free throws a game.
He might be scoring 40 points a game if he did. Doncic hits the free throws. Another lead change, our 12th, 65-64 Lakers, 8:38 left in the third. Brunson on top against LaRavia, against the switching defense. Pass right side, Bridges, now to Karl-Anthony Towns. Flips to Bridges, goes, drives, dunks it. Lakers defense got caught on that pass, and an easy 2 for the Knicks.
Lucas saying to DeAndre Ayton, why didn't you help me?
Made him look bad. 66-65.
Right by.
LaRavia catch and shoot 3 is a miss. Brunson all alone has the Knick rebound. Knicks by 1. Pass to the corner. Bridges for 3. No. Offensive board. Cat puts it up and in. Karl-Anthony Towns giving the Knicks a 3-point advantage with 8 minutes left in the third.
Karl-Anthony Towns wanted the and one also. Luka gambled for the steal at half court. That left Lakers 1 short on the defensive end.
Towns, Bridges, and Brunson all struggling in the first half, trying to get going here in the third. Pass intended for James, stolen by Bridges. Pass down floor for the Knicks to Oji. Anunoby guarded by James, gives it up. 7.5 to go here in the third. They work to the top to Brunson. Left-hand dribble on top of the arc. Now crosses inside against LaRavia. Gets by him, layup, no, but the cleanup good. A flush on the offensive board for Towns. And a timeout called by the Lakers. The Knicks have their biggest lead, up 5.
Back-to-back possessions. Karl-Anthony Towns trying to orchestrate the crowd. Did a good job. He got 2 offensive stickbacks and finished right there. Jake LaRavia with a really careless pass to start that possession for the Knicks.
Rare turnover for the Lakers tonight, just their 4th. The Knicks turn it into 2, and we got a timeout. 7:22 to play, third quarter. Knicks 70, Lakers 65, and you're listening to the NBA on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indeed.
I'm Serena Williams, and I'm healthier on Ro. I've lost 34 pounds in a year with GLP-1s, diet, and exercise. On Ro, you can access GLP-1 options, including the first FDA-approved GLP-1 pill for weight loss. Go to ro.co/Williams to see if you qualify. 14 to 20% average weight loss in 1 year in non-diabetics with obesity or overweight with a weight-related medical condition versus 2.2% to 3.1% in placebo arm. RX only. To stay informed about serious side effects, go to ro.co/safety.
Running a business? You know that slow phone systems and missed messages cost you opportunities. Quo, formerly OpenPhone, is the #1 business phone system that streamlines communication, helps teams collaborate seamlessly, and respond to customers 24/7 with their AI agent. Join over 90,000 businesses using Quo. Try it free, then get 20% off your first 6 months at quo.com/ESPN, quo.com/ESPN. They'll even port your existing numbers for free. Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers.
Access to education changes lives. That's why National University provides flexible online and hybrid programs from associate to doctorate degrees. Since 1971, NU was built to serve non-traditional working and military learners nationwide. NU understands the demands of work, family, and service. Each year, more than 130,000 learners trust National University to move forward. Visit nu.edu to learn more.
This is Rich Eisen on Monday's show. Seahawk fan and actor Josh Lucas is in studio, and the same thing with Nikolai Coster-Waldau from Game of Thrones. That's Monday's Super Bowl week kickoff edition of the Rich Eisen Show on Disney Plus, the ESPN app, and ESPN Radio.
Evan, Canty, and Michelle are unsportsmanlike.
This is the most embarrassing moment the NFL has had in years. The voters have decided that the greatest coach in the history of this sport is not a first ballot Hall of Famer. It's a disgrace. There are other people in the Hall of Fame that should be taken out as a result of this. No coach can ever be a first ballot Hall of Famer ever again.
Unsportsmanlike. Weekday mornings starting at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN2.
Hey guys, Kevin Clark here from This Is Football Podcast. This week, Dominique Foxworth and I go through all of the storylines for the Patriots-Seahawks Super Bowl. That's This Is Football from Omaha Productions, wherever you get your pods.
The NFL Pro Bowl games are back. The league's biggest stars of the year show off on a brand new stage in San Francisco, celebrating the season with an AFC-NFC showdown, flag football style. One game, all the sellies. The 2026 Pro Bowl games, powered by Verizon, Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN, also streaming on the ESPN app.
Amber and Ian.
It's a literal sheet of ice in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We don't know how to deal with it.
The South continuously acts like this never happens. Dallas is one of those cities. Atlanta's another one, right? Dallas is one of those cities. This never happens here. We don't know how to deal with it. It feels like Dallas needs to come around to the idea that this does, in fact, happen every once in a while.
Amber and Ian. Weeknights at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio. You're listening to the NBA on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Knicks 70, Lakers 65, 7:22 to go third quarter. Mark Kestisher, PJ Carlissimo with you from Madison Square Garden. And the Knicks on the glass looked improved in the second quarter, especially the offensive glass, but really good so far here in the third.
Well, that's what they do. The Knicks are the number 3 team in the NBA in offense. They're the best rebounding team in the league. They're ranked 4th in offense and in defensive rebounds. Best combination team on both ends. But they're 3rd in offensive rebounds a game at 13.7. Meantime, the Lakers are 26th. And three-point shooting, the other area where the Knicks have really been good, they're 4th in the league. The Lakers 23rd. So Knicks doing what they do best, unlike the way they played in the first half.
Lakers made one change. Rui Hachimura in for LaRavia. Here's Luka under duress. Gets a little scissor kick shot off from 13. Knocks it home. He wanted the foul. None given. Lakers, though, down 3. Here's Brunson driving. Dotted line. Looks to spin. Does. 360. Out to Hart. Straight on 3. Good. Josh Hart. And the Knicks have a 6-point lead.
We bragged about their three-point shooting. They're number 4 in the league. They average 3 more threes a game than the Lakers do, 15 to 12.
Here's James on a hard drive, puts it up, missed it, ended up on the deck, no whistle. Down floor pass, Hart, nice keep. Sends it over to the corner, three-pointer, no good by Karl Anthony Towns. Well, that was Bridges, rather. And the Laker pass, a terrible one.
It has not been Mikal Bridges' name. Nice hustle by Marcus Smart. He saved another wide-open 3. Brunson tried to skip it across, and Smart did a really nice job getting a finger on it, knocking it out of bounds.
Before that three-point miss by the Knicks, I had them 9 for 12 to open up the third quarter from the field.
And they were on fire.
And the Lakers, who had, 3 first-half turnovers? 2 so far here in the third quarter.
And they also gave up the 2 offensive stickbacks to Karl Anthony Towns.
Off the inbound, Towns has it, tip of the circle, puts it on the deck. Aggressively against Ayton, puts up a tough shot, wanted a whistle, none called, thought he was pushed in the back.
He fouled Ayton as much as Ayton fouled him. I thought that was a good no call by Che Flores.
James drives, sends it over to Hachimura. Rui with the drive from the right. The step back jumper, good as he hits the deck. Hachimura 5 for 7 off the bench.
And the East German judge scored that with a 9.8 degree of difficulty.
As the Lakers get within 4, 73-69.
Wow.
In honor of the Olympics, right? Starting next week. Here's Karl Anthony Towns. Hard drive to the basket. Scores again. He's barking at the official. Wants a whistle call. The play physical and ratcheting up. None given.
Che Flores has both hands out extended to him. Palms facing him saying, easy.
Luka pass, Hachimura, corner three, no good. Rebound contested off the hands of whom? Smart or Brunson? They'll say Smart. It'll be Knick basketball.
We got some serious barking by both teams right now, although, truth be told, it's Luka Doncic for the Lakers and Karl Anthony Towns. Not the first time for either one.
No. Equal opportunity offenders in that department. James heads to the bench. Luka stays on the floor. Jared Vanderbilt checks in for the Lakers. So does Gabe Vincent and Jackson Hayes.
Showing zone. I don't know if they're going to change. They're showing 2-3.
Mitchell Robinson, Landry Shamet on the floor for New York right now as Hart works it on the left to Brunson up top. Finds Bridges coming across from the right side to Robinson, the 7-foot center, up high, 7 to shoot. Feeds Shamet, doesn't take the 3, gives it up to Bridges, 3 to shoot, back to Shamet. Shamet off the drive, late shot clock blocked. Out of bounds. It'll be a shot clock violation before it went out of bounds.
I think it was the matchup zone. They switched everything, and it was a really good defensive possession. Mitchell Robinson, Kest, who's been playing really well lately, has been very, very quiet tonight.
Mitchell Robinson, as you point out, he's a offensive rebounding machine. Also get some cheap points at the rim. Nothing doing in 11 minutes so far tonight.
There's somebody on our NBC monitor who's pretty good.
Not bad.
Getting on the glass and scoring points for this team.
Luka with the drive down the lane. Takes it hard, too hard, but tipped in. Jackson Hayes able to get the tip.
Jackson, we saw you. You don't have to raise your hand. We saw what you did.
Brunson steps into a 3. No, it's been a tough night for Jalen Brunson, the All-Star. Luka has it coming the other way for the Lakers, down 4. With a left-hand dribble against Shamet. Stops, sends it over to Vincent. Bouncing pass twice to the top to Hayes. 10 to shoot. Finds Vincent, lob to Luka.
Yeah, Luka wants it. He's got Shamet trying to cover him on the baseline.
Backs him down into a double. Great pass down low to Ayton. Stripped of the ball by Brunson as he knocks it out of bounds. Stays with the Lakers, only 2.8 to shoot.
Good help defense. Jalen Brunson with a really good job. Luka's a little upset because he had Shamet on him for a long time, and he said, I can take this guy. Give me the ball.
Got to get a quick shot on the inbound. They get it into Vincent. Quick trigger 3. Good! Gabe Vincent hits the triple for the Lakers.
Really nice execution. He went around the screen into the left corner and hit a fadeaway 3.
Lakers down 1. Knicks with it. Bridges in the lane. Pass outside to Hart. Skips it to the right side. Shamet hops to the right. Gets off a 3. In and out. Halfway down indeed, and Luka has the board.
These Knicks are the rims are cold outside. It's so cold in New York. Look at Luka.
Doncic with a 3 on the other end from the left, and the Lakers have reclaimed the lead, 77-75.
I think he told Landry Shamet, I knew if I got the ball, I'd score on you.
8 straight for the Lakers, 27 points for Luka. Brunson against Hayes. Pass out to the wing is tipped out of bounds by Vanderbilt. Stays with New York. 3:25 to go here in the second. Doncic now up to 27 points, 11 rebounds, and 6 assists so far tonight.
Jared Vanderbilt's like a big defensive back, like a free safety. He gets his hand on a lot of balls.
Your Seahawks would like him next Sunday, wouldn't they? Doncic, by the way, 26 points, 11 straight games now. He has scored at least 25 for the Lakers.
I think Mike McDowell's going to stay with the guys he's got in the secondary right now. They're working out so far well for him. We'll see what Drake May does against the Seahawks.
Hey, we're going to be in Boston next Sunday before the Patriots play. We'll have that on ESPN Radio. Here's Brunson in a double team. Pass to Shamet, right side 3, no good. Long rebound, and Gabe Vincent has it for L.A.
He's our good buddy, unfortunately, a Syracuse alum, is Rui.
Missed the 3 from the left. You talking about Tirico?
Yeah, where's he going? From here to the Super Bowl to
the Super Bowl,
Cortina, Italy?
To, I think, All-Star.
All-Star. That's right.
And then Olympics. Here's Brunson. 15-footer miss. Got his own rebound. Falling away. Shot might have got deflected by Vanderbilt. And the Lakers have it. Lakers with Luka. Tried to pass to the wing. Tipped. It's loose. Knicks have it. Down floor for Brunson. 2 on none. Feeds OG for the 2-hand slam.
Bad decision by Luka. They had numbers. He kind of went a little deep. He over-penetrated, and rather than shoot it, tried to make a cross-court pass, and it just led to an easy finish.
Here's a steal by OG. Took it away from Luka, and for the lead, a slam dunk back-to-back fast break baskets. And the Knicks go in front, 79-77.
Got a chance to see a technical foul also.
Luka's got 13 this year, leading all NBA players.
He was dancing on 14 right there with Jay Flores after the OG steal.
2 minutes to go in the third. Luka ducks under. Took an extra step. Passes out to Hachimura. Rui missed the three. Tapped out. Knicks have numbers again. Brunson ahead to Shamet. Layup. Yes! 81-77 New York. And now J.J. Redick forced to take a Los Angeles timeout.
Just back and forth, one team and another. Now it's breakaway layups from both teams. There's been a lot of breakaway layups, but it's been a better quarter for the Knicks. And Luka right now is in an animated conversation with Jay Flores, the Laker assistant's trying to get him away from her right now. He's got to be careful.
8-0 Laker run has been answered by a 6-0 Knicks spurt with 1:51 to go in the third. New York 81, Lakers 77. This is the NBA on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app presented by Indeed.
It's been waiting for you. Welcome to New York.
Well, the holidays have come and gone once again, but if you've forgotten to get that special someone in your life a gift, well, Mint Mobile is extending their holiday offer of half off unlimited wireless. So here's the idea. You get it now. You call it an early present for next year. What do you have to lose? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/save.
Limited time 50% off regular price for new customers. Upfront payment required. $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds may slow after 50 gigabytes per month when network is busy. See terms.
Jim Basketball from our Rangers studios. Kawhi Leonard has 9 points playing second quarter in Phoenix. Clippers up on the Suns 35-27. Earlier, Pistons blow out the Nets, get their 36th win. Celtics also a blowout winner over the Bucks. So Detroit has a 5.5 game lead on Boston. The Knicks currently 6 back in the East, but New York has outscored the Lakers 29-21 here in the third quarter to grab an 81-77 lead with just under 2 to go. We go back to Madison Square Garden with PJ Carlissimo and Mark Kestecher.
Jim, thank you very much. To me, one of the big surprises how the Celtics are playing, and obviously the Knicks and Celtics top the division right now and fighting for that 2-3 seed behind Detroit. Boston's been phenomenal this year, and so is Jaylen Brown, who we'll see in Los Angeles in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Next week we're going to see New York go up there and visit. Joe Mazzulla's done an incredible job. He didn't get enough credit when they were winning, dominating. Now everybody had written them off, and they're number 2 in the East.
Knicks trying to get back to number 2. Lakers with it, trailing by 4. Rui spins around the free throw line out to LeBron James. 8 to shoot. Now Rui falls down dribbling, keeps it alive for LeBron. 3 to shoot. James penetrates the arc, floats off the rim and in for LeBron. A little running 10-footer, and LeBron James is up to a dozen.
One guy you don't want to have the ball when the shot clock is running out, it's Mr. James.
Correction, 14 points for LeBron. Here's Brunson, sends it over left side. Shamet drills the three-pointer, 84-79 New York.
Guys, I don't feel bad about telling you. I don't know what defense Los Angeles is playing.
They're caught betwixt and between, and Shamet has taken advantage so far tonight. He's got 3 triples. Marcus Smart backs up, takes a 3, can't answer. Rebound, Mitchell Robinson.
Marcus Smart's 0 for the night, 0 for 5, 0 for 3 from downtown.
45 seconds to go in the quarter. Knicks have the momentum. Brunson a 3, hits it. Jalen Brunson, just his second triple of the night, and the Knicks have their largest lead.
That finally get him into double figures, I believe.
12-2 Knickerbocker run. They lead by 8, 87-79. Half a minute to go in the third. James drifts to his left, takes the 3, off balance and hits. 17 for LeBron James.
As you would want. Lead seems to be getting too big. Close the quarter. LeBron tries to stop the bleeding. Lakers with a foul to give. Their defense has been very, very passive this quarter. They've only committed 2 fouls.
Well, 2 seconds difference. Third quarter clock and shot clock, which hits 10. Brunson standing dribble, drives to his right, 7 to shoot. Into the corner, OG. Anunoby's 3 is good. 90-82 New York. Final 5 seconds, third quarter. James into the front court. Squares from the top. A long 3, front rim backboard, no good. And what a flourish to end the third by the New York Knicks. He'll take an 8-point lead to the fourth period.
More good 3-point shooting by New York. They're shooting 44% from 3, they're also running out 16-6 fast break points, and the Lakers, after only 3 turnovers in the first half, had 4 in the third quarter.
A 15-5 third quarter close for the Knicks, who lead at 90-82 over the Lakers. And we head to the fourth next. This is the NBA on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indeed.
You didn't start a business just to keep the lights on. You're here to sell more today than yesterday. You're here to win. Lucky for you, Shopify built the best converting checkout on the planet. Like the just one tapping, ridiculously fast acting, sky-high sales stacking, champion of checkouts. That's the good stuff right there. So if your business is in it to win it, win with Shopify. Start your free trial today at shopify.com/win.
I like things my way. My coffee, my schedule, and my treatment. So I talked to my doctor about self-injecting with the Vyvgart Hytrulo prefilled syringe, which contains F-gartigimod alpha and hyaluronidase QVFC. It's injected under your skin, subcutaneously. It means I can inject in my space, on my time. It's my treatment, my way. Visit VyvgartMyWay.com. That's VYVGART myway.com. And talk to your doctor about Vyvgart Hytrulo. Brought to you by argenx.
Just like in sports, businesses succeed when you have the right free agent. With Robert Half's specialized recruiter's experience, combined with their award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Learn more at roberthalf.com/talent.
The Hoop Collective Podcast.
Orlando is going to be one of a lot of teams. You know, the trade deadline, I think, might be quiet, but the summer, I think, has got a chance to be pretty spicy.
The Hoop Collective Podcast. Listen on the ESPN app or wherever you listen to podcasts. Amber and Ian.
I'm a Dolphins fan in particular, and I have now seen the New England Patriots be the best team in the universe and then go through a full rebuild, and now we're back on top with an NFL MVP caliber quarterback, and here they are back in a Super Bowl, and that whole transition happened, and the Miami Dolphins aren't any closer to even winning a singular playoff game.
Amber and Ian, weeknights at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio. You're listening to the NBA on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Mark Kestisher, PJ Carlissimo, our entire ESPN Radio crew from Madison Square Garden in New York. The Knicks went through a 2-9 stretch recently. They're looking for their 6th straight win. PJ, they trailed the Lakers by as many as 9, down 4 at half. They just put up a 38-point third quarter. They take an 8-point lead in the final period.
And both of these teams, if you look at the numbers, the Knicks, believe it or not, are 16-0 when they lead after 3 in this building. Conversely, the Lakers, when they lead on the road, they're 12-0, but when they're behind, they're 5-10 on the road. So that third quarter augurs very well for New York.
We'll have both these teams next weekend, Saturday night. Warriors at the Lakers, 8 Eastern time, 5 Pacific, and then Sunday afternoon from Boston, Knicks and Celtics at noon Eastern time. But here's the fourth quarter, Knicks with an 8-point lead. Tyler Kolek dribbling out on the left wing. Dribble handoff to Anunoby, and he hit the far sideline as he looked to make his turn into the lane and gets called for a turnover. Shea Flores, the official, with the call.
And I'm glad you said Shea, because our executive producer, Pete Saccone, corrected me and said you pronounce the name Shea, not Che.
Technically corrected both of us. Good to have the boss with us here. Not Bruce Springsteen, but our boss. LeBron James from the top, drives, floats, 10-footer, good. LeBron James heating up to 19.
LeBron James doing what he can to keep the Lakers close. It seemed to be getting away from them. Little LeBron flourish to finish the third and start the fourth.
90-84, Knicks lead is 6. Tyler Kolek leading the offense. Great no-look on the baseline, cutting Mikal Bridges, who lays it up and in.
Mikal Bridges hasn't been able to make the jump shots, but he can make a layup.
Back to an 8-point New York lead. Out of the right, Marcus Smart turns on a dime, puts it up and in. Took on 2 Knicks and beat them.
Really nice play. Overpowered Tyler Kolek with the spin move on the baseline.
Jalen Brunson on the bench to start this fourth quarter. Kolek with it at the top. Off the switching defense has Ayton. Dribble handoff to Bridges. Back to Kolek on the right. Was thinking about Hart in the corner, but he was walled off. Instead, Kolek drives, dotted line fader, up, missed it long. Jared Vanderbilt has it for Los Angeles.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a Nick timeout if the Lakers score here.
Here's James spinning on top, sends it over to Marcus Smart. Tough shot, no good. Kolek comes down with a rebound. Down floor, Hart to Bridges on the left. Bounce pass to OG, who glides by James but missed the layup. Claps his hands in disgust afterwards.
Yeah, he had to kind of extend out to get around LeBron. It's not an easy guy to step around.
James and the Lakers down 6. Tough pass Vanderbilt. Sends it in the corner. Hachimura for 3. Open, missed it. Rebound, stick back offensive, no. But Ayton is there on the second offensive rebound to put it in. And Mike Brown calls for a Nick timeout.
There's no question he's not like the way his team has started. He's talking to Tyler Kolek right now. He said, hey, when there's nothing happening on a possession, you're not at Marquette. You don't have to create something. There's 4 other guys out there. Involve them in the possession.
6-2 start to the fourth quarter for the Lakers, down 4. Knicks 92, LA 88 with 10:09 to go, fourth quarter. You're listening to the NBA on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indeed.
Access to education changes lives. That's why National University provides flexible online and hybrid programs from associate to doctorate degrees. Since 1971, NU was built to serve non-traditional working and military learners nationwide. NU understands the demands of work, family, and service. Each year, more than 130,000 learners trust National University to move forward. Visit nu.edu to learn more.
Earlier on Clinton and Friends.
We are now fully enmeshed in the what is LeBron going to do? But the difference this time is, Devin, I don't think anybody cares.
He's the king, though.
Lakers fans have been over him for some time, and I don't know that any other squad is looking around saying, you know what we need? We need Planet LeBron to come infiltrate our fan nation.
Clinton and Friends, weekdays from 10 to noon Eastern on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. This is Freddie and Harry.
I had just cut the mohawk.
Listen to this.
Remember, I just cut the mohawk off, and I had to even Steven, and it was like a little mini blowout. And Bart, the first thing he says to me when he had seen me, look at Doogie with that damn dry erase on his head.
No.
And I was so salty. I gave Bart like the nastiest look. I was like, bro, like I'm in between. I'm transitioning right now.
Check out more from Freddie and Harry weekdays at 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. Evan, Canty, and Michelle are unsportsmanlike.
Dan Orlovsky is here, maybe future coach. Are you worried at all about the communication in your ear as a coordinator, considering you couldn't figure out the headsets?
I got some stories of that experience. For all the people who are like, why were you guys bad in Detroit? Play clock is starting. I'm waiting for the play call, and all I hear is... Our offensive coordinator fell asleep.
Unsportsmanlike. Weekday morning starting at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN2. You're listening to the NBA on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Knicks 92, Lakers 88, 10:09 to play. And right now, let's pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is the NBA on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indeed. Alongside PJ Carlesimo, I'm Mark Kessler. Glad you're joining us wherever you may be listening. Sunday Night Hoops from Madison Square Garden. LeBron James in the building with the Lakers. Named an All-Star for the 22nd straight year. Won't be a starter, named a reserve today. And right now, trying to get his Lakers back in this one. We've had 6 ties and 15 lead changes, PJ, so far here tonight.
Will we get a warm reception for Luka and LeBron in the Intuit Dome?
Point. The Crosstown Lakers and the All-Star game will be at the Intuit Dome in Los Angeles in 2 weeks. Bridges nearly lost it inside a half court. Feeds Kolek, fakes the pass drive, sends it outside to Hart. Wide open three, good. What an array of moves by Tyler Kolek to set up that triple by Hart.
Josh Hart, 3 for 3 from downtown. We've been bragging about his three-point shooting. He's back over 40% from the field.
7-point lead, New York. Lakers with it. Hard double for Smart. Gives it up to James. He's doubled left corner. Behind the back pass. Vanderbilt saved it on the end line, but did not keep that foot off the ground. He almost saved it, and Zach Zarba called him out of bounds.
Yeah, LeBron was on the left corner, and he tried to throw a behind-the-back pass. He just didn't have enough room. Vanderbilt did a nice job trying to save it, but that's another turnover. Lakers only up to 8, but they were so good in the first half, only 3 turnovers.
5 second half turnovers. Knicks lead by 7. 95-88, 9:18 to go. Karl Anthony Towns holding on top. Now he's going to drive down the lane. Dishes underneath. Anunoby there for the two-hand stuff. 9-point Knicks lead, their largest tonight.
Good response out of the New York Mike Brown timeout.
97-88 Knicks. We just crossed 9 minutes to go. LeBron James, Lakers have won 5 of their last 7, 4-2 on the long road trip with a game to go in Brooklyn Tuesday. Here's James back to the basket at the elbow. Fires to the corner, Vanderbilt. Good look at a 3. Missed it and rebounded by Anunoby.
Mr. Doncic on the floor shortly for the Lakers.
And now harassed, Vanderbilt commits a Lakers foul about 30 feet from the hoop as Josh Hart was dribbling the basketball, and there you go, Luka Doncic off the bench and checking in for L.A.
There's no question this game's slipping away from Los Angeles right now. We got 4 players coming in, Luka and Gabe Vincent for the Lakers, and I missed who it is. Like Landry and somebody else coming on board. Oh, Karl Anthony Towns for the Knicks.
Jalen Brunson still on the Knicks bench here with 8:41 to go in the fourth. Knicks have been able to maintain and better their lead. They were up by 8 after 3, up 9 currently. Here's Towns on top. Behind the back dribble, stops, passes off, 5 to shoot. Hart's got it outside the three-point line. Against Smart with 1, has to lift. Smart knocks it away. And it will be a shot clock violation against the Knicks. Great job at the end by the Laker D.
But if you want to know why Marcus Smart has been an all-league defender, all you have to do is watch that possession. First, he stopped Karl Anthony Towns. Then he went to the smaller guard. Doesn't matter who he's guarding. He created that turnover for the Lakers.
3-time first-team All-NBA Defensive Player of the Year in 2022 with Boston. Here's James off the pass from Luka. Drives into the lane. Sends it to Smart in the corner. Smart on the drive against Kolek from the dotted line. Floater missed it, and Towns has the rebound. Lakers going cold.
Marcus Smart wanted the call, but he's been unable to finish. I think he's 1 for 8, Dusty.
8 minutes to go. Karl Anthony Towns kicked it away. Nearly got it back. Now Smart looks like he's in a bit of pain rolling over for the Lakers, who only have 4 on the offensive end. Smart just trying to get up. Here's Doncic driving. Baseline right now. Puts up the short jumper. Missed it. Towns the rebound. Smart is up and looks like he's ready to defend. Kolek will walk into a 3. Missed it short. And the long rebound. Luka's got it for the Lakers. Up ahead to James. Lakers have been quiet. Here's James for 3. No good from the right. Rebound Hart. 7:23 to go. Knicks maintain the 9-point lead.
2 empty possessions from the big guns. A miss by Luka and a miss by LeBron.
Tyler Kolek at the controls here for almost the first half of the fourth quarter. With a left-hand dribble into the left post. Turns, squares, shoots, rolls out. Rebound Doncic. Luka, outlet pass right into the breadbasket of James, who got contact. Had an off-angled shot that he couldn't hit, but LeBron will shoot 2.
Well, if that was a wide receiver, we'd have said great call because the ball was on him before he even saw it. He caught it down in the breadbasket with like 2 hands. Another 65-foot pass from Luka Doncic,
who has 14 rebounds tonight to go with his 27 points. LeBron James at the free throw line where he's missed now 4 of 5 as he misses the first one. 19 points for LeBron James, and Lakers been stuck on this 88 for a while.
Very nice to Luka. He's had a lot of nice conversations with Shea Flores tonight. Every time I look out there, Luka is talking to Shea Flores.
Lakers on a 3-minute scoring drought, and LeBron just had a free throw that circled 3 times and went through to end the drought. Lakers down 8, 97-89 New York. Jalen Brunson has checked into the game. 7 minutes to go. Brunson into the front court from the right. Up top, Towns puts it on the deck against the smaller Vincent. Puts it up, rattles off, went for the rebound. Towns couldn't get it. Luka has it for L.A. 15th rebound. Up ahead, James sends it to the right side of LaRavia. Jake with a couple of dribbles finds Doncic on the right. Bounces it up top, LaRavia. 9 to shoot. Back to Doncic on the right against Brunson. Brunson extends the right arm in defense. Here's Doncic for three, missed it, and the rebound, it's LaRavia getting in there for an offensive rebound, and he got knocked and fouled by the Knicks.
Excellent hustle by Jake LaRavia. He's had a tough night shooting. He's 1 for 5, all threes, but he hustled in there and got the Lakers another opportunity now in this possession. Luka's 0 for 2 since he's come back in. Pretty well defended by Jalen Brunson. He had to kind of take a step-back three late in the shot clock.
Remember that first time out, and the Lakers had outscored the Knicks 6-2?
Yeah.
They've only scored 1 point since. They're down 97-89. Luka with it off the inbound, spins aggressively down the lane, got the whistle, and the layup attempt no good, and Luka will earn 2 with the clock stopped at 6:20 to go here in the fourth.
Brunson's on his back in the restricted area. Luka looked over to talk to him. A couple first-team All-Stars.
Murmuring, and I think the Knicks are going to challenge this foul on
Here
Brunson.
we go.
And indeed, the swirl of the finger from head coach Mike Brown, former Laker head coach, 1 season and 5 games as head coach of the Lakers just over a decade ago.
And former Spur assistant.
That's right.
On Brunson, New York is challenging the ruling.
That's Zach Zarba, our lead official, and while they go to the monitor, we'll take a timeout with 6:20 to go, fourth quarter. Knicks 97, Lakers 89. This is the NBA on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indeed.
The hard rhymer, where you never been, I'm in. You want styling, you know it's time again.
The GLP-1 pill you've been waiting for is now on Ro. Yep, it's finally here. With the same clinically proven ingredient. Now in a pill. And now on Ro. It's the first FDA-approved GLP-1 pill for weight loss. At the lowest price available. That's one daily GLP-1 pill for big results. Now on Ro. Go to ro.co/join to see if you qualify. RX only. Go to ro.co/safety for serious side effects and box warning associated with GLP-1s.
Well, the holidays have come and gone once again, but if you've forgotten to get that special someone in your life a gift, well, Mint Mobile is extending their holiday offer of half off unlimited wireless. So here's the idea. You get it now. You call it an early present for next year. What do you have to lose? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/save.
Limited time 50% off regular price for new customers. Upfront payment required. $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds may slow after 50 gigabytes per month when network is busy. See terms.
Running a business? You know that slow phone systems and missed messages cost you opportunities. Quo, formerly OpenPhone, is the #1 business phone system that streamlines communication, helps teams collaborate seamlessly, and respond to customers 24/7 with their AI agent. Join over 90,000 businesses using Quo. Try it free, then get 20% off your first 6 months at quo.com/ESPN, QUO.com/ESPN. They'll even port your existing numbers for free. Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers.
What's up, kiddos? Clinton Yates here. Coming up on Monday, Super Week will be upon us, and we'll get you set for the big game. We'll remember. We'll be there. That's Monday on Clinton and Friends at 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app.
This is the NBA on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Welcome back to Madison Square Garden. A successful challenge for Mike Brown of the Knicks. So the Jalen Brunson foul, you got a good look at it. It looked like he had got stopped and took the charge, and that's what Zach Zarba and the officials in Secaucus saw.
Yeah, Jalen was set, and Luka did a pretty good job trying to step around him, but as he tried to go left around him, kind of caught him with the right shoulder. I think it's a good overturn.
So we'll take the foul away from Brunson. We will assign an offensive foul to Luka Doncic. And the Knicks will have the ball side out of bounds with 6:20 to go, protecting an 8-point lead.
Lakers showing 2-3 zone. We'll see what they do when the Knicks come across.
Vincent and LaRavia, the head of the 2-3, waiting for Jalen Brunson to get across half court, which he does right now with a left-hand dribble. Brunson setting up and calling for a high screen. 2 screeners come over. And now Brunson will dribble against Vincent. Takes him inside the three-point arc. Backs him down to the free throw line. Swoops under, passes out, 5 to shoot Hart. Hart drives, fades, 10-footer, rolls in for Josh Hart.
Josh Hart's been the most consistent Knick. He's done a nice job tonight.
8 for 10, 20 points for Josh Hart. Knicks have a 10-point lead. They're the first team with a double-digit lead here tonight. Here's LaRavia driving from the left. Short corner jumper, good for LaRavia.
Finally gets one to go. Josh Hart also, you said that 8 for 10, Kesty. What's more impressive for me is 3 for 3 from downtown.
You were right. 40% three-point shooting, much improved coming in to this ball game tonight. 99-91. Knicks with an 8-point lead. 5:20 to go. Brunson inside a half court, dribble to his right. Luka waiting for him. Now Brunson with a double coming, tries to get through, knocked away by LaRavia, but out of bounds. Good defense by Jake again. 8 to shoot for the Knicks.
Jake LaRavia with good help. Plenty of time though. 8 seconds. Jalen Brunson ready to inbound the ball on the baseline.
LaRavia got a lot of good time when LeBron James was out to start the season. Here's the inbound to Landry Shamet. He'll square off the catch and hit. Shamet's 4th triple. He's got 17 off the bench.
Yeah, I've been bragging on Josh Hart. Don't forget Landry Shamet. 17, as you mentioned, 4 for 7 from downtown.
102-91, New York. 5 minutes to go. Knicks looking for a 6th consecutive win. LaRavia being forced toward half court, gives it up to Doncic, backs up, and hits a left side triple. Big hit for Doncic.
That was his shot. You would love for Luka Doncic to take every possession if you're a Knicks fan, but he made it.
30 points, 15 rebounds, 7 assists for Luka. Lakers back with an 8. Pass to Bridges, dotted line jumper, good as he hits the turnaround jumper.
Yeah, they found him right in the middle of the 2-3 zone, all by himself, just under the free throw line.
4:20 to go, Knicks back up 10. Doncic with 30 working at the top. Passes to the right side, Hachimura. Rui cut off nicely by Bridges. Sends it out to Luka. 9 to shoot. Doncic against Brunson. Takes him to the right, crosses over, terminates with 4 to shoot, gives it up to LaRavia. Sidestep 3, no good. Long rebound, Knicks have it.
Luka kind of put Jake LaRavia in a tough position when he gave him the ball with so little time on the clock.
Under 4 minutes to go and a whistle as Brunson was working on the left side. A Laker foul. Jake LaRavia picks up the foul, his 3rd. Only the 2nd team foul. Both teams with 2 fouls in this 4th quarter, 3:55 left.
Well, Lakers have 2 problems with trying to catch up right now. Both ends of the floor. They're not very successful defensively right now, stopping New York. And compounding the problem is their offense has kind of lost its efficiency.
LeBron James just checked back into the game with 3:55 to go. Lakers down 10. Knicks will inbound Brunson from the side left. Gets it into Hart. Tight handoff. Got it to Brunson. Falling out of bounds. Sends it high in the air. Mitchell Robinson couldn't control. It was tipped. They roll into the backcourt. Shamet. He'll bring it forecourt to OG. Wide open 3. No. And Ayton fouled as he got the rebound. And Luka Doncic questioning,
why
did we tip that?
Right. He said he thought they didn't touch it. Jason Goble was right at half court. And he said some Laker touched it before it went into the backcourt. That's why he did not call over and back. We're watching the replay right now.
It was a good call?
No, it was a bad call.
Bad call, but it works
Luka
out.
was correct. It was over and back. That foot that it was off was Mitchell Robinson's.
Lakers have it off the foul. Doncic passed through the lane, got tipped high in the air by the Knicks. Out of bounds, near side. 15 to shoot for L.A. Down 10 are the Lakers. 3:34 to go. And J.J. Redick's going to draw something up. Timeout called by the L.A. Lakers. Knicks trying to make it, P.J. 6 consecutive wins. They have not beaten the Lakers here at Madison Square Garden in a long time. In fact, they've lost 3 straight at the Garden against Luka Doncic. Was LeBron James and the Lakers back then. You got to go back to November of 2021, last time they beat the Lakers here.
Well, still a pretty good team. I'll tell you the other thing. Both of these teams are under 500, against teams whose record is better than 500. So this would be, if the Knicks can hang on tonight, that gets them to only 13-13 against teams 500 or better. Lakers also one game under, 9-10 against teams 500. So both of them have, done a really good job taking care of the lesser teams in the league, not been as successful against the better teams in the league. And the two of them are looking at each other like, hey, we're playing one of the better teams in the league. This is a chance for us to get a good win. This was NCAA, we'd call it a quad one win. It'll be a quad one win for either NBA team tonight.
And these two teams will meet one more time in Los Angeles March 8th. We'll have that one as well here on ESPN Radio. By the way, Luka Doncic tonight, 30 points, 15 boards, 7 assists. The 30 points and 5+ assists, 8 straight on the road, is an NBA record for Luka Doncic, who continues to rewrite, and only in his 8th year will continue to rewrite some more records.
And he's so good trying to help the officials out. He came right out. I'm sure one of the assistants on the Laker bench pointed out to him that they had the call wrong. Luka went right over to Jason Goebel and said, nobody on the Lakers touched it. You had that call wrong. It's very nice of him to point it out.
James having it was a nice argument with Jason Goebel to say, I should be a foot up, not in the dead corner on this inbound. And, well, James won it. Still a deep corner inbound for LeBron into Luka at the top dribble. Looking to pass to James, not open. Finds Rui instead and back to Luka. 9 to shoot. Doncic bounce on top. Hachimura. Right side LaRavia. 5 to shoot to Rui. Who's going to take it? Doncic with 2. Doncic with 1. Tough 3. Got it partially blocked. And the shot clock goes off. Nice defense by the Knicks.
Nice defense by the Knicks, and something tells me that is not what J.J. Redick drew up on the whiteboard.
Is there anything that infuriates you more out of a timeout?
No, absolutely not. We have plenty of time. Here's what we're going to do, guys, but sometimes it doesn't happen.
Brunson, step back 3, a miss. Offensive rebound. OG right at the 10, goes up and flushes. 12-point Knick lead. 3 minutes to go.
It has not been Jalen Brunson's night. He's 4 for 16 from the field. It hasn't mattered. His teammates have picked him up. Another turnover for the Lakers.
Bounced it off his foot. Knicks have it. What a second half by the Knicks. They were down as many as 9 in the first half. They trailed by 4 at halftime. They lead at 106-94 with 2.5 minutes to go. Brunson dribbling to the left. Lobs to OG. Doubled in the corner left. OG backs up beyond the stripe. 1 to shoot. Takes a tough shot. Nearly came away with it. It bounces off to LaRavia. Up ahead to Doncic with 2:21 to go. Luka pass overhead to James. Fires it to Smart. Catch and shoot 3 from the left is good. Lakers still with a pulse with 2:13 to go.
Barely, but they need some stops.
Down 9, 106-97. Knicks the lead in the ball, and Brunson gets over half court. Takes some time off the clock here.
Excuse me, Kesty. You get in trouble sometimes trying to run too much clock. You got to keep running offense.
And now they rush out at Brunson. Find Shaman at the top. Catch and shoot 3 is a miss. Long rebound. Knicks have it in a fresh 14. Over to Shaman. Will back up against James with 1:45 to go. Shot clock at 7. Gives it to Hart. Hart straight away between the legs against Doncic. Pulls the trigger on a 3. Missed it. Another offensive rebound for the Knicks. Shaman takes the quick shot, though, and buries the 3. 1:32 to go in what could be a dagger shot for the Knicks here tonight.
And guess who got the offensive rebound to control? Landry Shamet, the best offensive rebounder in the league. Mitchell Robinson.
109-97 New York. Luka waiting on the three-point line. Hesitates, gives to James, drives. No one picked him up. Slams it home for 2 with $1:20 to go. Lakers down 10. It's 109-99 New York. Inbound pass Shamet into the front court against LaRavia. Clock at 1:10. Cross-court pass to Hart. They'll play keep away and burn some clock here. With 10 to shoot, they find OG. He'll drive with 5 to shoot. Outside Shamet for 3. Buries another with a minute to go. What a night for Landry Shamet. 23 off the bench. 6 triples. Timeout Lakers.
The supporting cast showed up. It's not like there's not a lot of other talent other than Karl Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson. JB's got 12. Karl Anthony Towns has 11. But OG Anunoby, 25. Josh Hart, 20. Landry Shamet, 20. It's been a team effort for the New York Knicks.
You know, we had the Knicks 5 of 10 from three-point range in the third quarter. They're 5 of 10 from three-point range here in the fourth quarter. So the 3-ball came alive, PJ. The offensive rebounds came alive, and rebounding in general for the Knicks in the second half.
But that's what the Knicks do. Three-point shooting, we said, they're 4th in the league in three-point shooting. LA 23. Tonight, Knicks 18 for 42. LA 12 for 42. Knicks doing what they do well. and offensive rebounds. 13 offensive rebounds for the Knicks to only 7 for the Lakers. And if you look at field goal attempts, 90 field goal attempts for the Knicks, 82 for the Lakers. Knicks doing exactly what we expected them to do.
Well, they came out of the doldrums with 5 straight wins, and we said at the top of the show, this is the test. You got the Lakers tonight, got the Wizards in a couple of days, but after that, home for Denver, at Detroit, and then we'll be in Boston for the Knicks and the Celtics next Sunday afternoon. So still some big games on the horizon, and they're 59 seconds away from
You're
getting
not
a big
kidding.
one.
That's a heck of a week. Denver, Detroit, and Boston. Those are 3 of the elite teams in the league so far. Meantime, for the Lakers, they've got one more game on this 8-game trip in Brooklyn. They get to stay in New York for a couple days, and then they've got 8 straight home games.
Well, that's when we'll next see Luka and LeBron, because both on the bench as the bench players on the floor for the Lakers here conceding with a minute to go. Drew Timme on the floor, spins, turns, missed everything on the fadeaway baseline shot, but fortunate last touch by the Knicks on a rebound attempt out of bounds, and now the Knicks are going to wipe out their starters and bring in the bench with 47 seconds to go. If LeBron James decides to retire at the end of the season, this would be the last time he will have played at Madison Square Garden. He has not made any decision on that yet. 22 points for James today. Luka had 30 points, 15 boards, 8 assists.
Yeah, and LeBron, by the way, 22 points, 6 assists, and 5 boards, and a steal.
Not bad.
The gentleman can still play.
Here's Maxi Kleber underneath on a pass from Nick Smith Jr. as Kleber got fouled. He came over in that Luka deal from Dallas in the Anthony Davis trade. Yeah, he's unfortunately suffered from a number of injuries after his heyday with the Mavericks, and Kleber will shoot a pair. Lakers still have a chance, PJ, as you point out, with Brooklyn to really have a good Grammy trip nonetheless. Could finish out 5-3 anytime you're going away for a couple of weeks.
Straight, yeah, no question. It was fortunate they had no back-to-backs, but still, as we said, Brooklyn, but then they go home to Philadelphia. Not easy. Philadelphia, Golden State, OKC, and San Antonio. So they got 4 pretty good teams coming in.
Kleber splits the pair with 29 seconds to go. Pass outside for the Knicks. 22 seconds left. 112 to 100 is the lead. Jump shot missed, tapped out, controlled by LaRavia. And you remember the panic it felt like was setting in here in New York a couple of weeks ago? They got housed by the Dallas Mavericks here at the Garden. All they've done is bounce back with 6 consecutive wins. Final seconds are going to tick off here. Nick Smith Jr. missing a jumper late. And the Knicks beat the Lakers 112 to 100, 6 in a row for New York in the win column.
Yeah, you go from 25-18 to 31-18. That feels a little bit better. The Knicks looking very impressive and playing, frankly, the way they were playing coming out of Las Vegas. Kind of hit a bump in the road after they left Las Vegas, but they appear to have righted the ship.
This Knick victory also is their 31st of the year, so Boston won earlier today, so put the Knicks back in front of the Celtics at number 2 seed. Boston at 3, though, in a virtual tie.
Yeah, because they have one more win in the division. Again, these two teams will meet for the 3rd time. They split the first 2 games. Both teams won at home, and as always, when you talk about the Eastern Conference, and particularly when you talk about the Atlantic Division, you usually start the conversation with Boston and New York.
You know, it wasn't a classic night for Jalen Brunson. He did not shoot the ball great, but he did assist 13 times tonight. It was an overall effort around the horn. OG Anunoby, Josh Hart had terrific nights, and Landry Shamet off the bench with 6 three-pointers, 3 of them coming in this 4th quarter. Tremendous night.
Bench points again, 34-23 in favor of New York. I mean, as usually the case when a team wins in the NBA, more of your players. I used to always laugh like after a game was over. When you win, you had so many players you could talk about how well they did. When you were explaining a loss, it was a lot shorter.
OG Anunoby is now joining us down on the court. OG, it's Mark Kestisher and PJ Carlissimo upstairs. Tremendous second half for you and the Knicks. How'd things turn around for you here tonight?
Just being aggressive. What up, Jackson? Good to see you, brother. Just being aggressive, just offensively and defensively. and trying to get stops, playing the right way and we're a well-coached team, Coach BOC and Coach Ehrman, Darren Ehrman, they did a great job preparing us, just going out there and executing their game plan.
OG, you got a beautiful line tonight, 25 points, but you did it from inside and outside. You did a good job on the board. You had 3 offensive rebounds and 1 year 8. Also 4 for 8 from 3. Assists, steals, a little bit of everything. What's been different for you guys? I know you had kind of bumps in the road after you left Las Vegas. These last 6 games, what specifically are the Knicks doing better right now than maybe you were doing about 10 days ago?
I don't know. I mean, sometimes it goes like that in the season. There's ups and downs. So just staying with it, continue to do what we do, and just executing our game plan offensively and defensively.
OG, is it as simple to say the defense has been the difference in these 6 games? I mean, the Lakers got those last 2 there. Otherwise, you got 4 straight, 5 out of 6 under 100. I know how much you value that end of the floor, but is that where this whole thing turned?
Definitely. It starts with defense. That's what really wins the games. You never really want to be in a shootout. Sometimes it's like that, but mainly you want to get stops, and that just translates to better offense, and we're getting stops.
I'll tell you what, you and Josh Hart shot the 3 really well. I love the fact that Josh has improved so much and you knocking down the 3s, but you guys played a little bit of this season without Landry Shamet and Deuce McBride, and even though they're guys coming off the bench, their 3-point shooting is a big weapon for the Knicks.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Deuce and Landry, they're both sharpshooters. We miss them. We miss Deuce right now, but Landry, he's always been able to do this. He's always been able to shoot. He always steps up. He's an amazing player, so this is not a surprise to any of us. We have a great team, very talented.
OG tied a season high 26 Wednesday, 24 the other night, and 25 tonight. Congratulations, heck of a win.
Thank you.
Well done, OG.
OG Anunoby of the New York Knicks, one of 6 players in double figures. 3 players that went over 20 points tonight. You pointed out the value not only of OG, but of Josh Hart in that second half. And with all the injuries, got to be guys coming off the bench. I thought Landry Shamet and Tyler Kolek gave Mike Brown tremendous minutes tonight.
No question, Kesty. 34-23 bench points, also fast break points. The Knicks want to play at a quicker pace than Los Angeles, even though they have some veteran players also, but 16-7 in fast break points. So, I mean, the things that Mike Brown wanted to emphasize for this team, not just for tonight, but they're running better. Now they're shooting 3s. They get Shamet back when they get Deuce McBride back in a couple of days. Josh Hart and OG Anunoby shot it very well. And you pointed out, Jalen Brunson didn't shoot it well, but he had 13 assists. Karl Anthony Towns, who's been a machine, he only got 13 rebounds tonight. What do you have? 42 in the last 2 games.
That's
so
right.
A lot of weapons for this team right now. New York's got an opportunity, and, they make no bones about it. They've been to conference finals before. Their goals are bigger than that this year.
Well, we'll see how the Lakers round out the road trip in Brooklyn Tuesday. They got an 8-game homestand starting Thursday that takes them beyond the All-Star break, and we'll see just how good these Knicks are by the time you and I see them next Sunday in Boston. Rumor true, you're going to be on the television side, not the radio side Sunday. You still going to talk to me at the Garden?
Of course I'm going to talk to you. I can't believe they keep breaking us up like this. It's just not right, Kesty. But
we'll still have dinner Saturday night.
I was going to say,
Boston.
we'll be on the North End Saturday night
somewhere.
Either way, so we'll be good.
Final score from Madison Square Garden. The Knicks 112, the Lakers 100, 6 consecutive wins for the New York Knickerbockers. Now for PJ Carlissimo, our producer, John Medani, our engineer, Brian Neal, and the program director of remote events at ESPN Radio, Pete Saccone. I'm Mark Kestisher. That'll do it from New York City. Let's go to Jim Basquill in the studio with the postgame show.
All right, Kesty, PJ, thanks so much. 60-44, the Knicks outscore the Lakers in the second half. That 6th straight win, also snapping a 3-game slide against the Lakers to stay even with the Celtics for the second spot in the Eastern Conference. The NBA on ESPN Radio has been presented by Indeed. Higher quality talent on Indeed. Coming up next on the NBA post-game show, our game flow. A game of halves. Lakers had the first. Knicks dominated the second. This is the NBA on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
The GLP-1 pill you've been waiting for is now on Ro. Yep, it's finally here. With the same clinically proven ingredient. Now in a pill. And now on Ro. It's the first FDA-approved GLP-1 pill for weight loss. At the lowest price available. That's one daily GLP-1 pill for big results. Now on Ro. Go to ro.co/join to see if you qualify. RX only. Go to ro.co/safety for serious side effects and boxed warning associated with GLP-1s.
When it's time to scale your business, it's time for Shopify. Get everything you need to grow the way you want. Like, all the way. Stack more sales with the best converting checkout on the planet. Track your cha-chings from every channel, right in one spot. And turn real-time reporting into big-time opportunities. Take your business to a whole new level. Switch to Shopify. Start your free trial today.
Well, the holidays have come and gone once again, but if you've forgotten to get that special someone in your life a gift, well, Mint Mobile is extending their holiday offer of half off unlimited wireless. So here's the idea. You get it now. You call it an early present for next year. What do you have to lose? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/save.
Limited time 50% off regular price for new customers. Upfront payment required. $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds may slow after 50 gigabytes per month when network is busy. See terms.
Access to education changes lives. That's why National University provides flexible online and hybrid programs from associate to doctorate degrees. Since 1971, NU was built to serve non-traditional, working, and military learners nationwide. NU understands the demands of work, family, and service. Each year, more than 130,000 learners trust National University to move forward. Visit nu.edu to learn more.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
You're listening to the NBA on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
We are coming to you from the Granger Studios. Jim Basketball back on the NBA post-game show. It was a year ago. The Lakers got a win at Madison Square Garden. The last triple-double LeBron James turned in, and soon thereafter, they had Luka Doncic on their team making a blockbuster trade right past midnight. Those two teams back at it at MSG. Your game flow is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. You can save big when you bundle your auto, home, motorcycle, RV, or boat. Visit Progressive.com. Well, it was Luka and the Lakers that got off to a fast start in this one.
Doncic will step back three on its way. Good. He's starting to feel it. That's two in a row for Doncic from deep.
He missed his first two, and I thought he was cold. He hasn't hit the rim on the last two. They went right through.
Now, look at 10 in the opening quarter. Lakers up 33-27 after one. LeBron got involved second quarter.
James back to the basket on the much smaller Kolek. To the free throw line. Fades on the jumper and rattles home, and he points his hand down and says, "Too small, you can't cover me, young man." Here's LeBron dribbling across the free throw line, turns, squares, fades, and hits. Degree of difficulty, 9.2.
Only LeBron. He's on an angle going away from the rim, away from the free throw line. Pivots and buries it.
LeBron 10 in the opening half. He and Luka Doncic 28 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists combined in that first half. But the Lakers' lead was 56-52, just up 4 despite just 7 points from Jalen Brunson. New York came alive third quarter.
Pass inside Bridges, outside extra pass OG, and he buries a three from the left, ties the game at 60.
OG Anunoby, he gave him 25 points, got the game even at 60 there, as Kesty just mentioned. They were on the mark from beyond that arc in the third quarter.
Here's Brunson driving, dotted line, looks to spin, does 360, out to Hart, straight on three, good! Josh Hart, and the Knicks have a 6-point lead.
We bragged about their three-point shooting. They're number 4 in the league. They average 3 more threes a game than the Lakers do, 15-12.
That was one of 13 assists on the night for Jalen Brunson, who had a rough shooting night, just 4-15 from the floor. This one of his makes, and it was from deep.
45 seconds to go in the quarter. Knicks have the momentum. Brunson a three, hits it. Jalen Brunson, just his second triple of the night, and the Knicks have their largest lead.
Indeed, the Knicks closed the quarter on a 15-5 run. 38-26, they outscored them in that third quarter to grab a 90-82 edge. New York 16-0 went up after 3 quarters at Madison Square Garden. They weren't giving that lead away.
Bridges nearly lost it inside a half court. Feeds Kolek, fakes the pass drive, sends it outside to Hart. Wide open three, good. What an array of moves by Tyler Kolek to set up that triple by Hart.
Now, that was a big three from Josh Hart, who gave the Knicks 20 points. Had him up 95-88 as Lakers got it to within 4 early in that fourth quarter. Knicks got a huge boost from Landry Shamet off the Pines.
Here's the inbound to Landry Shamet. He'll square off the catch and hit. Shamet's fourth triple. He's got 17 off the bench.
Yeah, I've been bragging on Josh Hart. Don't forget Landry Shamet, 17, as you mentioned, 4 for 7 from downtown.
Yeah, the Knicks were 18 of 42 from beyond the arc. That Shamet three had him up 102-91. OG pounding home this finish.
Brunson step back three, a miss. Offensive rebound. OG right at the 10 goes up and flushes. 12-point Knick lead. 3 minutes to go.
It has not been Jalen Brunson's night. He's 4 for 16 from the field. It hasn't mattered. His teammates have picked him up.
Indeed. The Knicks got it from all around the roster on this night, on a night that Jalen Brunson gave him just a dozen points. He also chipped in with 13 assists. Cat had 13 rebounds. Hart, 20 points. OG Anunoby, 25 points, 8 rebounds, and Landry Shamet, 23 off the Pines as the Knicks beat the Lakers 112-100. That is their 6th straight victory. And again, it snaps a 3-game slide against the Los Angeles Lakers. Coming up next on the NBA post-game show, we'll take you around the league on this Sunday. You're listening to the NBA on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Just like in sports, businesses succeed when you have the right free agent. With Robert Half's specialized recruiter's experience, combined with their award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Learn more at roberthalf.com/talent.
No days off when you love what you're doing. Sundays are the best day of the week because you're just one day away from First Take returning Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN.
May I gather your attention, please? The NFL Pro Bowl games are back. The league's biggest stars of the year show off on a brand new stage in San Francisco, celebrating the season with an AFC-NFC showdown, flag football style. One game, all the sellies. The 2026 Pro Bowl games, powered by Verizon. Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. Also streaming on the ESPN app.
The SB Pod with Scott Van Pelt.
I live in the real world, so I don't care what social media says. Pittsburgh hires McCarthy. That guy's won football games. Yeah. He wins football games. And I love what Pittsburgh said. We don't care about social media. We don't care about winning the first press conference. We're trying to win football games. They've hired 4 coaches in their history. How about his life and resume? Hey, I coached 3 teams. Who'd you coach? The Packers, the Steelers, and the Cowboys.
The SB Pod with Scott Van Pelt, wherever you get your podcast.
I like things my way, my coffee, my schedule, and my treatment. So I talked to my doctor about self-injecting with the Vyvgart Hytrulo prefilled syringe, which contains Efgartigimod alpha and hyaluronidase QVFC. It's injected under your skin, subcutaneously. It means I can inject in my space, on my time. It's my treatment, my way. Visit VyvgartMyWay.com. That's VYVGART myway.com. And talk to your doctor about Vyvgart Hytrulo. Brought to you by Argenix.
This is the NBA on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Shamet takes the quick shot and buries the 3. 1:32 to go in what could be a dagger shot for the Knicks here tonight. With 10 to shoot, they find OG. He'll drive with 5 to shoot. Outside Shamet for 3. Buries another with a minute to go. What a night for Landry Shamet. 23 off the bench, 6 triples. Timeout Lakers.
Indeed, I'm Jim Basco with the results of the AutoZone in the Zone poll question with who was in the zone for tonight's matchup, and we'll get a right-in winner here. It's Landry Shamet off the bench for the Knicks, 26 minutes, 23 points, 8 of 13 from the floor, 6 threes in all. In the Zone is brought to you by AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. It was a night LeBron had 22 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds. Luka, 30 points, 15 rebounds, and 8 assists, but that was not enough for the Los Angeles Lakers. Didn't get much else from elsewhere on that roster. Let's take you around the league. We mentioned the Knicks staying 5.5 back of the Pistons for the top spot in conference. Ditto for the Celtics.
K to top of the arc now for Boston. Sends it right wing. Catch and shoot three. Jaylen Brown zeroes in again. He is deadly. He wants to get that season average, 29.5 points a game, but is fourth best in the NBA.
Yeah, he finished with 30, so he got it. 98.5 the Sports Hub. Celtics 107-79 over the Bucks. Milwaukee 18-39, 12th in conference. The team they're looking up at, Celtics and Knicks, the Pistons.
64-44 lead. Cam Thomas at midcourt. And the ball stripped by Thompson. He turns, shoots, and banked it in. Oh, my goodness. They'll look at it, but right now they signal good. Not only did he strip the ball, but he had the wherewithal to turn around and shoot it. Oh, wow. Are you kidding me?
That's 97-1, the ticket. The Pistons by 53 over the Nets, 130-77. Third worst loss in franchise victory for the Nets. Brooklyn has had 2 games where they lost by 50-plus points this season. Detroit 36-12, 5.5 up on both Boston and New York. Wizards get their 13th win despite Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan combining for 67. Washington takes Sacramento 116-112. Heat up by as many as 54, take the Bulls 134-91, so they split that home and home. Raptors 107-100 over the Jazz, get their 30th win, back by 21 from R.J. Barrett. In progress, third quarter, Clippers up on the Suns 68-60. Spurs lead the Magic in the second 37-28, and the Cavaliers up at the Blazers 33-29. Jared Allen has almost half their points, 16 thus far for Cleveland. All-Star reserves announced. LeBron getting his 22nd All-Star nod as a reserve. KD, Kevin Durant 16th. The East headlined by Donovan Mitchell of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Check out ESPN.com for all the reserved names announced for that February 15th mid-season showcase. Once again, our final score, Knicks rally in the second half and beat the Lakers 112-100. Our next broadcast featuring the Lakers again, this time against the Warriors. That comes Saturday. Our coverage comes your way at 5:30 Eastern. Coming up next, it's game night. For producer Tara Slujeski, technical director Camilo Ortiz, and associate producer Ryan Matlack, as well as PJ Carlissimo and Mark Kestisher, I'm Jim Basquil. Thanks for listening to the NBA on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Running a business? You know that slow phone systems and missed messages cost you opportunities. Quo, formerly OpenPhone, is the #1 business phone system that streamlines communication, helps teams collaborate seamlessly, and respond to customers 24/7 with their AI agent. Join over 90,000 businesses using Quo. Try it free, then get 20% off your first 6 months at quo.com/ESPN, quo.com/ESPN. They'll even port your existing numbers for free. Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers.
Amber and Ian.
Devin Fitzsimmons is an assistant special teams coach for the Seattle Seahawks. Who cried more the moment that your team won the NFC Championship? You, or was it your big brother, my co-host Ian?
My other brother was like, bro, your brother was a hot mess.
I was.
This dude is balling like it's the end of Steel Magnolias. It was unbelievable.
Amber and Ian, weeknights at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio.
Hello, it's me, the designer jeans in the back of your closet. What happened to us? I used to summer in the Hamptons, and now I'm stuck behind a pair of sweats. Okay, maybe I never really fit you right, but I got a lot more Sunday fun days left in me. So take me to Goodwill, where I can really make a difference.
Your donations to Goodwill create jobs, training programs, and education assistance for people in your community. To find your nearest donation center, go to goodwill.org. Donate stuff. Create jobs. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
No days off when you love what you're doing. Sundays are the best day of the week because you're just one day away from First Take returning Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN.
Evan Canty and Michelle are unsportsmanlike.
If he doesn't get to the Super Bowl, it's no longer about the Bills organization letting Josh Allen down. It's about Josh Allen letting everybody else down because of all of the power and control that they have ceded to him. Joe Brady himself called him the leader of the organization. Damn it, it's on Josh Allen now. Nobody else.
Unsportsmanlike. Weekday mornings starting at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN2.
You get the best calls of all. Oh, did I just... Oh, that sound like a rhyme there. I'm a new rapper. Let that one roll off your back.
All fun gone. Weekdays at 3 Eastern on the ESPN app and the SEC Network.
The Mina Kimes Show featuring Lenny. John Harbaugh to the Giants, Kevin Stefanski to the Falcons, Sean McDermott fired, on top of course, Mike Tomlin and John Harbaugh being fired, Jeff Hafley to the Dolphins, Robert Saleh to the Titans. Which surprises you the most?
The McDermott one was the biggest. It felt like he was coaching for his job in a way that we didn't anticipate before.
Check out The Mina Kimes Show featuring Lenny on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts.
Amber and Ian.
I'm a Dolphins fan in particular, and I have now seen the New England Patriots be the best team in the universe and then go through a full rebuild, and now we're back on top with an NFL MVP caliber quarterback, and here they are back in a Super Bowl, and that whole transition happened, and the Miami Dolphins aren't any closer to even winning a singular playoff game.
Amber and Ian, weeknights at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio. Sunday, February 1st, 2026. And this is Game Night.
On a night when all the talk was about LeBron James playing potentially his last game at Madison Square Garden, it was the New York Knicks that stole the show. 112-100 in favor of the home team. You're listening to Game Night on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, and SiriusXM Channel 80. I'm Harrison Sanford, joined by Mike Wells, and we are presented to you by Progressive Insurance. And excuse me, I already made a mistake. I said the Knicks won tonight against the Los Angeles Lakers 112-100. I should have edited that. The soon-to-be crowned Eastern Conference champion New York Knicks won 112-100 at Madison Square Garden Sunday night, Mike.
Harrison, I'm sure when you find out you and I were doing a show together, knowing our history of trash talking, going back to when the Pacers reached the NBA Finals and your New York Knicks were sitting at the crib chilling and watching, and knowing that if the Knicks lost at home at the Garden to LeBron and the Lakers, you were going to have to listen to my mouth. and I got excited when the Lakers were up early. I was like, yes, I can't wait to see my boy Harrison tonight. But as things turned around and the Knicks slowly started pulling away, and they started hitting threes, and the Lakers looked like they had no interest out there in chasing down rebounds, and J.J. Redick looked like he'd rather be trying to get a slice of cheese pizza instead of coaching. I was like, dang it, Harrison's coming for me tonight. And not only about the game tonight, you said the Knicks are going to represent the Eastern Conference in the NBA Finals. We'll get to that at some point. But I need to remind people, you weren't a big believer in the Knicks when they hired Mike Brown, a guy I've known for 20-plus years from when he was an assistant coach with the Indiana Pacers. And all of a sudden, you changed your tune and said Mike Brown's good enough to get the Knicks to the finals? How about we just say, how about they try to catch the Detroit Pistons in the East first?
We'll talk about the Pistons in a moment. He's Mike Wells. I'm Harrison Sanford. This is Game Night on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, and SiriusXM Channel 80. We're recapping the Knicks 112-100 win over the Los Angeles Lakers. I am not necessarily worried about Mike Brown right now. I still think the team has some kinks to work out. But if you just look at this New York Knicks team on paper and put them up against any other team in the Eastern Conference, there's no competition. They have a 30-point-per-game playoff scorer in Jalen Brunson. They have Karl-Anthony Towns, who is leading the NBA in rebounding. The team in itself is top 5 in offensive rebounding rate and top 5 in second-chance points. And they probably have the most playoff experience out of all the real contenders in the Eastern Conference. And I think what we saw tonight from the New York Knicks is just a smidgen of what they can do when the playoffs come around. Tonight they had 6 players in double digits, and they didn't even need a great game from Jalen Brunson because they got contributions from the top of the roster to the bottom of the roster. This New York Knicks team is suited and booted and ready for the postseason. The only hiccup.
Time out. You can't sit here, as my 14-year-old son says, you can't be sitting here glazing the Knicks and then all of a sudden try to backtrack and say, but only you no keep riding high. Don't say a potential downfall that could hurt them. Don't try to backtrack now.
This might be slightly controversial. The only thing stopping the New York Knicks from making it to the NBA Finals in the 2025-2026 NBA season is trading in the next 4 days for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
What? You don't think Giannis would help the Knicks get to the NBA Finals? You were talking not about one of the best players in the NBA, one of the best players in the world, who can do everything, and he would hurt the Knicks' chances of getting to the NBA Finals. I'm going to need you to elaborate on that.
I said what I said. The only thing stopping the New York Knicks from making it to the NBA Finals this season is trading for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Because when you trade for Giannis Antetokounmpo, you're going to have to give up pieces. And it seems like it's not just going to be a 1-for-1. If I'm the Milwaukee Bucks, it's going to take a lot more than Karl Anthony Towns for me to trade Giannis Antetokounmpo. I'm going to need Cat, potentially, with a quality starter, maybe a Mikal Bridges. And then we're talking about potential draft capital. On top of the fact that Giannis Antetokounmpo will be sitting 4 to 6 weeks with a calf strain. So there's not a lot of time to get used to a system, which Mike Brown is still trying to implement with the team, and he's not healthy, and you'll be losing quality players that are already trying to find their rhythm. Giannis Antetokounmpo is one of the best players in the National Basketball Association. There's no debate. There's no discussion. But trading for him now, as enticing as it might be, would be the wrong thing. And I think the New York Knicks getting a 112-100 win over the Lakers tonight is proof that they don't need to press that trade button, at least not yet.
Whoa. Listen, I hate to admit it, but I agree with 100% everything you just said, especially.
Thank you.
And it's, but listen, you had a butt in there, so I'm going to drop me a butt up in there. Giannis being out it would really mess up the flow with the Knicks have, because like you said, if I'm Milwaukee, I'm getting everything imaginable in return for Giannis. I'm not just going to go a 1-for-1 trade because, trading Giannis for a Karl Anthony Towns, that's not an equal trade. That's a win for the Knicks because they're able to keep key components to their roster. But you're acting like the Knicks beat the Oklahoma City Thunder or the Denver Nuggets. They beat the Los Angeles Lakers, who have an aging LeBron James at 41 years old. They at 40 years old. Luka probably can't guard you, Harrison, in a game of pickup over at Rucker Park. So it's not like they beat one of the elite teams. So let's not phrase it that way. For the Eastern Conference, yes, the Knicks are a very good basketball team. Yes, they have a chance to get to the NBA Finals. But they're not world beaters now. So let's pump the brakes on, like they just beat the Oklahoma City Thunder, who got off to a great the early season Oklahoma City Thunder before they kind of hit a couple of bumps in a row. So let's not anoint them as heavyweights quite yet.
I could wax poetic about the Knicks all day long, but you're right. Let's talk about the other side of the ball, the Los Angeles Lakers, who were losers tonight at Madison Square Garden. Now, they did a great job defending Jalen Brunson, only holding him to 12 points on 4-15 shooting, and they got a 30-piece from Luka Doncic. LeBron James contributed with 22 points on the night that he was named to the All-Star team yet again. For LeBron James, what an honor for him, the 41-year-old, the 22nd year, Mike, that he's made the All-Star team. I want to talk about what the Lakers can do in the second half of the season, but I'd be remiss not to get your thoughts on LeBron James being an all-star yet again. And on the season, I know some people might say, well, he's getting old. He's still averaging 22 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists on 50% from the field. LeBron James, an all-star yet again. Quick thoughts.
And playing 41, playing 33 plus minutes a game too at 41 years old. Listen, give credit what credit's due. LeBron's not the same player, but if you watch him the other night against the Washington Wizards and his ability to play above the rim still and impact the game, he's been doing it nonstop. It's clear that it is Luka's team, but credit must be given where credit's due, and that's what you have to do with LeBron James at 41 years old, 22 points a game, almost 7 assists, 6 rebounds a board. Find me another 41-year-old who's able to impact the game the way LeBron James does, and then I'll be quiet. But until then, keep rolling, LeBron.
Absolutely incredible what LeBron is doing right now. The Los Angeles Lakers are tied for the 6th seed in the Western Conference. And the NBA trading deadline is coming up on February 5th. So what can the Lakers do to make sure that LeBron James' potential last season in the purple and gold potentially ends with a title? We'll discuss that next. He's Mike Wells. I'm Harrison Sanford. This is Game Night on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Coming up on the Monday edition of Unsportsmanlike with Chris Canty, Michelle Spaulding, and me, Evan Cohen. We'll get you ready for Super Bowl week. Plus, we're less than a week away from the NBA trade deadline. I'll tell you which teams need to make a deal. It's Unsportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Are you ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 1-800-983-6530. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-983-6530 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 1-800-983-6530 right now to schedule your vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every car donation counts and every person makes a difference. Call 1-800-983-6530 now. This advertisement is paid for by Heritage for the Blind.
Hey, it's Evan Cohen. Coming up Monday, we'll get you ready for Super Bowl week. Plus, we're less than a week away from the NBA trade deadline. I'll tell you which teams need to make a deal. It's on Sportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
DJ K-Dub checking in, previously on the Fine Bomb Show.
Paul, can you hear me?
Richie, you sound great.
Yes, sir. A lot of people said I'm too nice. One thing's for sure, I can bring Shark Week. Can you still hear me?
Richie, I'll answer as patiently as I can. I can still hear you, yes.
Yes, sir.
Richie, that was just a fabulous call.
The Paul Feinbaum Show, weekdays at 3 Eastern on the ESPN app and on the SEC Network.
No days off when you love what you're doing. Sundays are the best day of the week because you're just one day away from First Take returning Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN.
The Rich Eisen Show.
Organizations fail young quarterbacks before young quarterbacks fail organizations. And the avatar for that may just be Sam Darnold. At the end of the day, the patience that you have for a kid may run out. Wound up in the right spot, made the most of it, and now he's going to the Super Bowl as, wait for it, the first ex-Jet starting quarterback in the history of the Super Bowl.
The Rich Eisen Show from noon to 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio, ESPN Plus, and on Disney Plus. Amber Indian.
Vahe Gregorian from the Kansas City Star, columnist and Hall of Fame voter.
Do you regret the way that you handled it?
In some ways, maybe it would have been preferable not to, just because I knew there would be dissent and anger, but I'm not quite sure I understood that the vitriol would be what it is. But that comes with the territory, and so be it.
Amber Indian, weeknights at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on Sirius XM Channel 80. This is SportsCenter.
I'm Ed Benkin. We start with the NBA, where the Knicks' winning streak is now at 6. The Knicks top the Lakers 112-100 with the victory. New York remains tied with Boston for the second spot in the East. This after the Celtics beat the Bucks earlier today. Meanwhile, Toronto picked up another victory, this time over Utah.
Now out on the far side with 45 seconds to play. Goes to Shed now on the near side. Ingram to the baseline. Sidestep. Jumper up and clean. B.I. Shot it over Markkanen. Got it to go. 19 on the night for B.I.
Another victory for Toronto. That call on Sportsnet 590 The Fan. The Pistons win at 107-100 over the Jazz. Now to the NHL. We're playing outdoors tonight has been eventful for the Lightning and the Bruins. They are late in the third period. After Boston took a 5-1 lead, Tampa scored 4 straight. Lightning and Bruins now tied at 5. This game has also featured a fight between two goaltenders. Coaching carousel continues to slow down in the NFL today. The Cardinals named Mike LaFleur as the new head coach. The brother of head coach Matt LaFleur gets a 5-year deal after being the offensive coordinator for the Rams the past 3 seasons. Meanwhile, according to ESPN's Adam Schefter, the Raiders plan to hire Seahawks offensive coordinator Clint Kubiak as their new head coach. Kubiak cannot be hired until after the Super Bowl. Sources have also told ESPN's Adam Schefter former Falcons coach Raheem Morris will become the defensive coordinator for the 49ers. And according to ESPN Jeremy Fowler, the Dolphins will hire former Packers linebackers coach Sean Duggan as their new defensive coordinator.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Canty. Coming up Monday, Drake May and Sam Darnold will get all the headlines, but I'll tell you which players will decide the Super Bowl. It's Unsportsmanlike, weekday mornings at 6, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Sunday, February 1st, 2026, and this is Game Night.
Shamet takes the quick shot and buries the 3. 1:32 to go in what could be a dagger shot for the Knicks here tonight. With 10 to shoot, they find OG. He'll drive with 5 to shoot. Outside Shamet for 3. Buries another with a minute to go. What a night for Landry Shamet. 23 off the bench, 6 triples. Timeout Lakers. Final seconds are going to tick off here. Nick Smith Jr. missing a jumper late. And the Knicks beat the Lakers 112-100. 6 in a row for New York in the win column.
Game Night on ESPN Radio.
You heard that sound courtesy of ESPN Radio. The New York Knicks have won 6 straight games. Their last one against LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers. And even still, the attention goes to one LeBron James. Was tonight, Sunday night's game, his last time playing at the world's most famous arena? We'll discuss that in just a moment. You're listening to Game Night on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, and SiriusXM Channel 80. I'm Harrison Sanford, joined by Mike Wells. We are presented by Progressive Insurance. You're going to hear from LeBron James head coach J.J. Redick in just a moment. But to give you guys a quick recap, 112-100 was your final. The New York Knicks defeated LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers. LeBron on Sunday night was named to the All-Star team yet again for the 22nd straight year before the game. And he finishes the game with 22 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 9 of 15 from the field. He's 41 years old, Mike, but he is still producing.
Yeah, and I just, what you have to get credit, it not just producing at a high level. This is not like a player who is, playing 25 minutes a game and producing because he's got to balance it out because of his age and what he's able to do. He is still going hard. He's getting active defensively. No, everybody can see he's not producing at what he was several years ago, but at 41 years old, to still be averaging 20-plus points a game and able to carry a team if necessary, if Luka's having a bad night, that is, one of those, it's a rarity. Who knows if we'll ever see somebody able to do what he's been able to do. Obviously, Tom Brady's in that category on the NFL side. LeBron James is on the NBA side. we need to soak all this in and enjoy what he's able to do on whatever is left for his NBA career.
On a night like tonight, where the Los Angeles Lakers and their poor defense allowed the Knicks to shoot 43% from the three-point line, J.J. Redick still had to marvel at how well LeBron James is playing. Here he was after the loss.
All-NBA streak and the All-Star streak, those two, if you think about like a star player, those, not everybody gets to win MVP. LeBron has obviously won some MVPs, but when you think about a star player, their prime is their All-NBA, All-Star years. And, he's basically had a 20-plus year prime. It's kind of unheard of. It is unheard of. Uncharted, whatever you want to call it. But it's incredible. It's a testament to the work that he puts in.
That sound, J.J. Redick after the Lakers' 112-100 loss. ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. Save when you bundle motorcycle, RV, and boat insurance. Visit Progressive.com. He's Mike Wells. I'm Harrison Sanford. Los Angeles Lakers failed to win at New York tonight as they tried to find their way up the Western Conference standings. Right now, Mike, 6th seed in the Western Conference. You know what?
Before we get into talking about where the Lakers are at and the challenges they're going to have to face to kind of climb that ladder, let's put this in perspective. What were you doing in 2003, Harrison? Where were you at?
Well, I was in college.
Oh yeah. I forgot you still wet behind the. I forgot you still wet behind the ears. You're still young in college. LeBron James would have been a college freshman in 2003 when he came out. 23 years ago, he is in the last 22 years, he has averaged at least 20.9 points a game every single season.
Incredible.
Every single season, at least 21 points a game. And he has shot no less than 41.7% from the field while doing it. That is these numbers. And that was my first year covering the NBA. I was covering the Minnesota Timberwolves at the time with Kevin Garnett and another former Knick, Latrell Sprewell. And just to see him come on and take over the NBA at such a young age, I know people are going to talk about the whole decisions and him moving teams, Cleveland to Miami, back to Cleveland to the Lakers, and, some of his antics and everything. But what you can't discredit is the impact he has had on the game. When people talk about the NBA, LeBron James' name is always going to be there. With that said, LeBron James has more important things he needs to worry about now than worrying if tonight was his last game at Madison Square Garden. His biggest issue now is trying to get the Lakers up in the a very challenging Western Conference where it's clear that the defending NBA champs, Oklahoma City Thunder, are still the top dogs in the West, and there's a lot of obstacles that the Lakers have to overcome to move up in the West.
The Lakers are in a very challenging spot because while you have LeBron James, and not just LeBron James, while you have Luka Doncic, you want to win an NBA title. At the same time, because you have Luka Doncic, you have a longer window to try and get that NBA title. So with the trading deadline coming up on February 5th, the Lakers are going to have to make some decisions. Do they go all in and try and push for a title now, or do they say, yes, we want to win a title, but we don't want to jeopardize what this team might look like next season, which brings in LeBron James yet again, because now the Lakers are going to have to make a decision. Do they want to bring LeBron James back? As great as he is, as much as a top biller that he is in terms of a star attraction and making people want to watch the Lakers, you also have to consider the salary cap. How much can you really afford to play LeBron James when he could potentially be age 42? I find the Lakers' trading deadline and impending offseason decisions fascinating. And it's one of the first times, Mike, where it feels as if, and this pretty much is true, and this is something for LeBron to really think about, where LeBron doesn't have the control or the amount of control that he used to have as it pertains to where he goes next and how much he wants to get paid if he decides to come back next season.
LeBron doesn't have any control because, Father Time is against him. While he is still a star attraction, what he is going to command financially does not equate to what he's able to do on the basketball court. But the bigger issue for the Lakers right now is how can they improve the roster to compete in the West? You look at the makeup of this roster. If you're an opposing team, who the heck do you want on this roster outside of Luka? And Luka and Austin Reeves, who Reeves didn't play, dealing with the calf strain right now. Who on this roster would you say, all right, let's go ahead and give up a good player to think you can get a better player off the Lakers roster? If I'm an opposing GM, there's nobody I want on this roster not named Luka or Austin Reeves. So that's a dilemma. The Lakers have double dilemmas. They got the current dilemma, and they're going to have the dilemma in the offseason on where things stand with LeBron James. This is not a great position to be in if you're in the front office in LA. It's just too tough and too challenging because the reality is they're not in position to contend for a title anymore.
As great as Luka Doncic is, as great as we see LeBron James at times, as great as we've seen Austin Reeves have sparks sometimes this season, the one thing that the Lakers might need to address, and I would say they better address come the trading deadline, is the defensive side of the ball. As of right now, they are a bottom 5 team in terms of defensive rating. So you can get all the points you want from LeBron and Luka and Austin and all the clutch play. They're a very good team in the clutch. But can they get stops? On Sunday night against the New York Knicks, they could not. 6 players in double digits as the New York Knicks defeated the Los Angeles Lakers 112-100. Speaking of changes, well, there's also changes happening in the National Football League. There's a new coach in the desert. We'll discuss that next. This is Game Night on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Super Week 2026 on ESPN Radio. The latest news.
Josh McDaniel and his offense, can you hit some big plays?
Predictions and reactions.
Seahawks, Patriots.
Super Week 2026.
This is it. We're here.
Live from San Francisco, California. Touchdown. Next week on ESPN Radio. Presented by SoFi.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
Amber and Ian.
Dan Orlovsky revealed on Unsportsmanlike that he had an offensive coordinator fall asleep during a game. Michael is calling us from South Carolina.
Just basically learn how to sleep and drive a tank at the same time. You just got to be a light sleeper. Don't sleep hard. That's all.
How does one ensure
people are driving tanks and they're sleeping?
Amber and Ian. Weeknights at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on Sirius XM Channel 80.
The Mina Kimes Show featuring Lenny. John Harbaugh to the Giants, Kevin Stefanski to the Falcons, Sean McDermott fired, on top of course, Mike Tomlin and John Harbaugh being fired, Jeff Hafley to the Dolphins, Robert Saleh to the Titans. Which surprises you the most?
The McDermott one was the biggest. It felt like he was coaching for his job in a way that we didn't anticipate before.
Check out The Mina Kimes Show featuring Lenny on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts.
Evan Canty and Michelle are unsportsmanlike.
The decision-making by Robert Kraft over the course of the last few years, significantly better than it was, obviously, when there was the pitting of Mayo and Belichick against each other, which hurt Belichick and hurt Mayo. If you said to Kraft, would you have a do-over in that moment, he would say, yes, I don't like the way I did it. But if you tell me it ends up with Mike Vrabel as the successor to Belichick, however you got there, unbelievable.
Unsportsmanlike. Weekday mornings starting at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN2.
DJ K-Dub checking in. Previously on the Firebomb Show.
Big Chris told that yesterday, Paul. You know better. You know how Lance Kiffin gonna come at him. Huh? Paul.
I don't want to interrupt, Dwayne. You're on such a roll here. I'd hate to get in the way of another Dwayne meandering, aimless, endless call.
The Paul Finebaum Show, weekdays at 3 Eastern on the ESPN app and on the SEC Network.
Coaching carousel has come to a close. We got 2 new hires that we want to fill you guys in about right here on Game Night on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, and Sirius XM Channel 80. I'm Harrison Sanford, joined by Mike Wells, and we are presented by Progressive Insurance. And let's go straight to Arizona, where the Arizona Cardinals have hired Mike LaFleur as their head coach. Mike LaFleur coming over from the Los Angeles Rams, where he's working under Sean McVay, a team that made it to the NFC Championship game, came very close to making it back to the Super Bowl, but that is not the case. They were not able to make that happen. And I wonder, Mike, with the hiring of Mike LaFleur, who's very familiar with the NFC West, obviously coming from the Rams, the attention quickly shifts to Kyler Murray. Will he be the quarterback that LaFleur wants to go forward with in the desert?
Listen, Kyler Murray has been given every opportunity imaginable to be the franchise quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals. Taken in 2019, and the Cardinals have been to the playoffs one time, won 11-6 in 2021, lost in the wild card. That is all Kyler Murray has on his resume as far as the playoff appearances with the Arizona Cardinals. You got if you're cleaning house, you got a new head coach in there. The writing's been on the wall. There's been question marks about Murray's leadership ability, how standoffish he could be at times with his teammates. This is a great opportunity to really clean the slate and start all over at the quarterback spot. If you have to, bring Jacoby Brissett back, who stepped in last season when Murray was injured most of the year. Brissett, you're not going to win a Super Bowl with Jacoby Brissett, but he's a very serviceable quarterback. In fact, the Colts had some interest. Indianapolis Colts had interest in trying to get Jacoby Brissett when Daniel Jones went down with the torn Achilles this season. And draft a young player and start all over. Let him develop and sit and learn behind Brissett and cut ties with Kyler Murray. He is not the answer in Arizona. In fact, the Arizona Cardinals and winning, that is a foreign concept. They've been to the playoffs twice, just twice since 2014. And Kyler Murray, great, came in with all that flash, being a baseball player also, and was going to be, a dynamic quarterback. Simply is not the answer down there in Arizona.
You mentioned Jacoby Brissett. While Arizona's offense averaged 22.1 points since Week 6 of this past NFL season compared to just 18.8 points in the first 5 contests with Kyler Murray. It's going to be an interesting decision for that front office and for Mike LaFleur, the new head coach for the Arizona Cardinals, because Kyler Murray's contract is definitely complicated and comes with a lot of money. In July of 2022, he signed a 5-year, $230 million extension with $105 million guaranteed. If Murray's on the roster or released, he will be set to earn $49.8 million from the Cardinals, all of which becomes fully guaranteed on the 5th day of the 2025 league year, and that includes a base salary of $22.8 and a $17 million roster bonus on top of a $10 million bonus. If Arizona keeps Murray for at least the 2026 season, $19.5 million base salary for 2027 becomes fully guaranteed on the 5th day of the 2026 year. I can go into all the complications, but that guy is making a lot of money for not a lot of production. Now, there is one team that could very well have their answer at the quarterback position. They just got their answer at the head coach position. It is reported that Clint Kubiak, the offensive coordinator for the Seattle Seahawks, will leave the team after the Super Bowl to join the Las Vegas Raiders and be the head coach over there. Obviously, with them also owning the number 1 pick, it would seem as if Fernando Mendoza will be the quarterback that new head coach Clint Kubiak will be coaching. Your thoughts on that hire?
Well, I've always been leery of anybody who wants to be the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders because history tells you that you're usually not going to last very long there. Success is a foreign concept for that franchise. They're always rotating quarterbacks. Ever since I'm looking right now, you had Pete Carroll, Antonio Pierce, Josh McDaniels. Then you had interim head coaches in 2021. So the Raiders, they don't know how to win. Been to the playoffs just twice since 2002. That organization as a whole, doesn't matter if you're in Vegas or when they were in Oakland, it is a very unstable organization where winning is hard to come by. And I'm a little biased about Fernando Mendoza. For those who don't know, I teach in the media school at Indiana University, and I had a great opportunity to watch a lot of Fernando Mendoza. You always want to be the number 1 overall pick when you're coming out of college, but being the number 1 overall pick and going to the Las Vegas Raiders, that's a scary situation. But for Kubiak, the reported new head coach of the Raiders, it's a great opportunity to have a young quarterback and hope you can develop him and lead and change the fortunes of an organization that really has only had 1 winning season since 2016.
It would seem like a great opportunity for Kubiak with Fernando Mendoza, get a fresh start with the number 1 overall consensus quarterback. Also a very tough division to be in with the Kansas City Chiefs, with the Denver Broncos, with the Los Angeles Chargers. He's Mike Wells. I'm Harrison Sanford. You're listening to Game Night on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, and Sirius XM Channel 80. Here's ESPN NFL insider Jeremy Fowler breaking down the last 2 head coaching hires.
We knew that Kubiak, if he decided that he was comfortable with the Raiders and the Raiders decided that they wanted to move forward with him, that they would probably have to wait. Well, they would have to wait until after the Super Bowl to finalize anything. So it would have been more of a, handshake agreement, wink, wink, and then nobody would really confirm that it's moving that way until after. But the wild card was Arizona. Would they continue to wait it out, or would they just hire somebody on the spot today? So they decided for the latter. It was really pretty clear that Mike LaFleur of the Rams was the next option for them. They wanted to go offense. Both teams did. That was pretty clear, just considering their quarterback situation, the uncertainty there on that side of the ball. They had to get moving with a young, exciting offensive mind that can kind of help them balance everything.
There you go. Jeremy Fowler, ESPN NFL insider, breaking down the 2 hires that happened in the NFL coaching carousel. Mike LaFleur, the former Rams offensive coordinator, now the head coach for the Arizona Cardinals, and Clint Kubiak, the offensive coordinator affiliated with the Seattle Seahawks, now going to the Las Vegas Raiders and potentially to work with Fernando Mendoza next season, Mike.
Hey, Harris, so let me ask you this. You're an up-and-coming head coach, and you want to be a head coach in the NFL. But there's 2 jobs open, 2 jobs that of franchises that just don't know much about winning in recent years. Do you sit back and wait for a better opportunity, or you're like, you know what? I just want to be a head coach, and I'm gonna go ahead and take my chance and risk doing this.
I think you have to take the job, as poor as the job might be. Even, Todd Monken going to the Cleveland Browns doesn't seem like a great job. I would have taken the job too, because at the end of the day, you're getting that head coach salary. Get your chicken first and foremost. And then number two, even if you fail as a head coach, that does not mean the end of your career. You could very well just go on to be an offensive or defensive coordinator somewhere else in the NFL. You could go from being a coordinator or a head coach at some program and go on to be a head coach at a major college football program, or be an offensive or defensive coordinator at a major college football program. I feel as once you're able to get that honor of being a head coach, your career is solidified at a certain level at least. You'll never go below coordinator again. And the stability of that is something that I think you cannot turn down.
Oh, I will tell you this, though. Arizona and the Raiders are getting two guys who led some of the best offenses in the NFL. Mike LaFleur, the Rams had the highest scoring offense in the NFL. They led the NFL in total yards per game. So you got to hope that they can bring their fortunes down to Arizona and Las Vegas, because if not, it can continue to be years and years of struggles down there in Glendale, Arizona, and also there in Vegas.
We'll see what happens with both of those teams. There you go on the news one more time. On Sunday, we heard that Mike LaFleur, the offensive coordinator for the Los Angeles Rams, will be the head coach for the Arizona Cardinals. And reports are saying that Clint Kubiak, the offensive coordinator for the Seattle Seahawks, will now head to Las Vegas Raiders. And we'll see and discuss what he can do with Fernando Mendoza. Will they be a Cinderella team? We'll discuss that next, right here on Game Night on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Coming up on the Monday edition of Unsportsmanlike with Chris Canty, Michelle Spaulding, and me, Evan Cohen. We'll get you ready for Super Bowl week. Plus, we're less than a week away from the NBA trade deadline. I'll tell you which teams need to make a deal. It's Unsportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as one day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
This is Freddie and Harry.
I had just cut the mohawk.
Listen to this.
Remember, I just cut the mohawk off, and I had to even Steven, and it was like a little mini blowout. And Bart, the first thing he says to me when he had seen me, look at Doogie with that damn dry erase on his head.
No.
And I was so salty. I gave Bart like the nastiest look. I was like, bro, like I'm in between. I'm transitioning right now.
Check out more from Freddie and Harry weekdays at 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
The NBA is happening now on ABC and the ESPN app. It's Saturday prime time. MVPs past and present showcase their talent, while icons of the game meet once more.
Throughout our career, we've been trying to get to the mountaintop.
It's a battle every time, and it brings the best out of you.
Saturday primetime presented by Wingstop. Rockets Thunder at 3 Eastern. Warriors Lakers at 8:30. Saturday on ABC.
Hey, it's Evan Cohen. Coming up Monday, we'll get you ready for Super Bowl week. Plus, we're less than a week away from the NBA trade deadline. I'll tell you which teams need to make a deal. It's Unsportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Hey guys, Kevin Clark here from This Is Football Podcast. This week, Dominic Foxworth and I go through all of the storylines for the Patriots-Seahawks Super Bowl. That's This Is Football from Omaha Productions, wherever you get your pods.
ACC Network, your home for ACC men's basketball.
Our time is right now.
The excellence of these programs, the national championships, the Hall of Famers, nothing compares to it.
They have championship expectations.
ACC men's basketball, all season long on ACC Network. This is SportsCenter.
I'm Ed Bank, and we start with the NBA in a marquee matchup at Madison Square Garden. It was the Knicks taking on the Lakers, with New York coming out on top 112-100. It was the sixth win in a row for the Knicks, who remain tied for second in the Eastern Conference. Right now in the fourth quarter, Clippers wrapping up a win in Phoenix. They lead the Suns with under 2 minutes to play, 113-93. Spurs on top of the Magic, 70-63 as they play in the third quarter. Also the Cavs on top of the Trailblazers, 71-59. The Thunder into the Nuggets in the second quarter, 57-47. Now to the ice, outdoors in a wild Heritage Classic between the Bruins and Lightning. Boston took a 5-1 lead, but Tampa rallied for a 6-5 shootout win. Game also featured a fight between goalies Jeremy Swayman and Andrei Vasilevsky. To football, where the Seahawks and Patriots are getting ready for Super Bowl 60, but a Seattle assistant may be on the move. According to ESPN's Adam Schefter, the Raiders plan to hire Seahawks offensive coordinator Clint Kubiak as their new head coach. ESPN's Jeremy Fowler talked about the Raider risk for waiting till after the Super Bowl for this move to make sure they could get their man.
We knew that Kubiak, if he decided that he was comfortable with the Raiders and the Raiders decided that they wanted to move forward with him, that they would probably have to wait. Well, they would have to wait until after the Super Bowl to finalize anything. So it would have been more of a, handshake agreement, wink, wink.
That deal cannot be finalized till Super Bowl 60 is complete. The Cardinals have their new head coach. The team has hired Mike LaFleur. He was an assistant for the Rams as offensive coordinator for 3 seasons, but he goes now as head coach to Arizona.
Hey, it's Evan Cohen. Coming up Monday, we'll get you ready for Super Bowl week. Plus, we're less than a week away from the NBA trade deadline. I'll tell you which teams need to make a deal. It's on Sportsman 6 a.m. Eastern right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
The Raiders are expected to hire Clint Kubiak as the new head coach after the Super Bowl.
With the bye week before the Super Bowl, we had 2 teams, the Raiders and Cardinals, that had him number 1 on their target list. But Vegas, with the number 1 pick and Fernando Mendoza and some pieces on offense, it does make sense for him to make that move.
I looked at the Raiders and the Tennessee job as the 2 best jobs. One, because the Raiders, Fernando Mendoza, and both of these teams have a ton of money as well to go spend out there in free agency, kind of reinvent themselves, but they also have the quarterback of the future.
The coaching carousel has come to a close. Clint Kubiak, offensive coordinator for the Seattle Seahawks, after participating and coaching in the Super Bowl next Sunday, will then join the Las Vegas Raiders to potentially coach number 1 overall pick Fernando Mendoza. You're listening to Game Night on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, and SiriusXM Channel 80. Joined by Mike Wells, I'm Harrison Sanford, and this show is presented to you by Progressive Insurance. And now, a Progressive ad brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Drivers who switch to Progressive could save big. See if you can save at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE or Progressive.com. So, Mike, here you go. Clint Kubiak. Not a bad way to start 2026, if you ask me. You take your team all the way to the Super Bowl as an offensive coordinator, and then you'll be granted the opportunity to be a head coach in the NFL and potentially with the number 1 overall pick in Fernando Mendoza if the Vegas Raiders decide to go that way. But the question is, there were 10 openings to start the NFL season. Was this the best opportunity for Kubiak? Was this the best hire for the Las Vegas Raiders?
Ooh, man, you put me on the spot up there. It's crazy the fact that you said there were 10 head coaching vacancies when all of this started. Mm-hmm. And you made a great point earlier in the previous segment that, hey, you can't pass up the opportunities. I still believe the best opening that was out there, the best 2, and it's based off quarterback play, number one easily was Buffalo. I mean, you got Josh Allen, who, is one of the elite quarterbacks in the NFL. That right there is number one easily on the list. And then I'm going to go Baltimore. I know Lamar Jackson dealt with a lot of injuries this past season, but he's still Lamar Jackson. He still is a threat out there. The job that I would not want, you mentioned before, was the Cleveland Browns. I talk about the lack of success that the Raiders and the Cardinals have had. I know the Browns just got to the playoffs a couple years ago, but they still don't know who the quarterback is, and that's been a common theme for them for so many years. Todd Monken is going to have his hands full in Cleveland. So when you look at the landscape, is Buffalo number one, and I would say Cleveland and the Pittsburgh Steelers were the two worst openings, in my opinion.
You think the Steelers was a bad opening?
Who's playing quarterback for them next year?
I guess
you can't win in the NFL if you don't have quarterback play. You can have the best defense in the NFL, but at some point quarterbacks have to make plays. We saw it a couple years ago in the Super Bowl. When Kansas City played the 49ers, Patrick Mahomes made plays. Jimmy Garoppolo couldn't do anything. So you could be an elite lockdown. You could be Chicago Bears, Baltimore Ravens, old school defenses. But at some point, quarterbacks have to make plays. The Pittsburgh Steelers have no idea who's playing quarterback for them. The Miami Dolphins are in the same situation. So while you chase that dream of wanting to be a head coach in the league, you got to look at what you have and what possibilities you're going to be able to have success, because success, we've seen so many head coaches get in and they're one and done. There's no time to rebuild. You gotta have an impact. You have to perform right away. And God, those are some tough jobs to have in Pittsburgh and also down there in South Florida and Miami.
You mentioned the Buffalo Bills job. Joe Brady ended up getting that, the offensive coordinator who was already there under Josh Allen. And I don't know if Clint Kubiak would have gotten that job, particularly since it was Joe Brady who ended up getting it. Now you look at the Baltimore Ravens, though, with them getting Jesse Minter coming over from the Los Angeles Chargers. Maybe that could have been an opportunity that Clint Kubiak could have been could have qualified for, maybe got the job, but he was just too busy winning games in the NFC playoffs with Sam Darnold and Jackson Smith and Jigba. Here's ESPN NFL insider Jeremy Fowler on Primetime discussing Kubiak's options.
It can hurt you, but I think in the case of Clint Kubiak, it was a weak offensive pool this year, and he was considered probably the belle of the ball on offense based on what he did this year with Seattle, his experience, his pedigree, and especially what Seattle did in the playoffs the last couple of weeks really sort of punctuated his resume. So that's where it can help you. So by the time he was done with the bye week before the Super Bowl, he had two teams, the Raiders and Cardinals, that had him number one on their target list. So that made it easy for him. And then the question is, do you want those jobs, or do you just kind of wait it out for next year, which I think was a consideration if it was about Arizona, but Vegas with the number one pick and Fernando Mendoza and some pieces on offense, it does make sense for him to make that move.
Mike, I feel like there needs to be some reform. There needs to be some reform all over football, college football, and in NFL as well when it comes to hiring head coaches. The Baltimore Ravens, with Lamar Jackson at quarterback, very well could have been interested in Clint Kubiak. And maybe Clint Kubiak could have walked into that meeting and impressed them top down and could have walked away as the number one overall candidate. But there's so much pressure to fill that position. You don't want to be left standing out in the rain with no umbrella. So, and I'm not saying Jesse Minter is not a bad hire. He could be a great hire. But if I was in charge of an NFL franchise, I would want the opportunity to speak to every available head coaching candidate without losing ground with others. Maybe this should be a thing, Mike, where no head coaching hires until the NFL season is over.
Well, I mean, you could say that's going to be the case, but let's be real.
But that's not going to happen. Somebody's going to take advantage of the opportunity.
They're going to, there's always secret bat lines where folks are going to communicate, and you're going to, get the guy that you want. It is one of those, if you're on a team that is winning, you're in one of those damned if you do, damned if you don't type situations. You want to focus on helping your current team get to the Super Bowl. Obviously, Clint Kubiak has played a big part in the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle Seahawks getting to the Super Bowl. And you want to help them out, but you also have your eye like, damn, we've been good. Here's my chance to get there. So if they were going to change the rules, it should be one of those situations where you're going to wait to the end of the season. But we've seen this past, what we got going on. You had the Senior Bowl going down in Mobile, Alabama. So you got to start planning for next season. The NFL is it is a 365, 12-month process. It is nonstop. There's no window where there's a big old gap in between to get things done. You jump into action right after. Actually, during the current season, you're planning ahead for next year. So I don't think there's no magic to fix this. There's no perfect remedy to say this is how we're going to do things. What's going to happen? You're going to see these situations where you're having the LaFleurs and the Kubiaks having to sit back and wait until your team is completely done, or till they get through the Super Bowl. So there's no quick fix to this problem.
Congratulations to Mike LaFleur, the former Los Angeles Rams offensive coordinator who will now be the head coach for the Arizona Cardinals. Congratulations to Clint Kubiak, who will be the offensive coordinator in the Super Bowl for the Seattle Seahawks. See, you almost did it to me now, too. For the Seattle Seahawks. And then will leave to be the head coach for the Las Vegas Raiders. But the question will be, and this is what we will all wonder, should somebody like Clint Kubiak have waited, similar to how Ben Johnson waited? He was a hot head coaching candidate 2 years ago with the Detroit Lions. He decided to stay, and then last season left for the Chicago Bears job. And look how well that turned out for him. Only time will tell what will happen with Mike LaFleur in Arizona and Clint Kubiak in Las Vegas. You're listening to ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, and SiriusXM Channel 80. This is Game Night. He's Mike Wells. I'm Harrison Sanford. Coming up next, the NBA trading deadline is only 4 days away. What happens with Giannis Antetokounmpo? What should the Bucks do? What should Giannis want? We'll discuss that next, right here on ESPN Radio.
Introducing the all-new ESPN app. All of ESPN, all in one place. Your home for the most live sports.